We are live.
Live from Port Hill. Let's do a reboot on that one. Coming up. Live from Port Hill. Let's do a reboot on that one.
Let's see. All right, now I need to put the chat in the chat. Who are you betting on first, Paul?
Oh, AG's always here quick at nighttime. He'll be here really quick. Like, I try he's not already here. So I got a trailer full of signs. We got to empty out sometime. Tomorrow, I guess. I got aerials and 2 signs for tomorrow. So
Get the money while the getting's good, right?
yeah, better, I guess. I just spent what $700 on lumber, so
I'm gonna keep an eye on it. For me, I'm gonna go over and send out some invites.
yeah, boy, nobody there yet. But oh, what do you want? If they're hungry or they want to go outside? No, they want. She wants to go outside.
There we go.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, look who's first. Mike Reddick. Wow, I thought AZ would do it, but Mike, you proved it wrong.
Get out of here, Mike. I was first.
And there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Fun. I was almost in your neck of woods today. It was only what? Maybe
Across the
15,
lake.
20 minutes from the border today.
Yeah.
What's up, Len? Mike, how you guys doing?
And look who's here too is Filipina.
Filipino, what's up?
And Russell. Wow, Russell's in here quick. And I usually comes in a little bit later.
What's up, Russell? He said AZ. I didn't see AZ pop in, did he? No?
I didn't see AZ in there yet, so. The water isn't too bad. She went down wading today. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to the beach on Saturday.
You are?
Yeah, and I'm not thrilled about it. I hate the beach.
Hmm.
I hate getting sand in my ass crack and everything else. And it just gets into my car and everything else.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I'm not a beach going person myself.
I just hate the sand. It sticks to everything. It gets all over your stuff. One said, "You're crazy." I mean, I like the beach, but it's more fun when you actually are down there and have like a hotel on the beach where you can like just walk right back and get cleaned off. But when you got to drive an hour and a half each way, yeah, it's not that fun for me.
That Marines here, American Mariner.
I had to sit in the friggin' Walmart parking lot for 6 hours and do nothing today. That was fun. I just sat and watched Netflix the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the lady that does my paperwork for FPU, she just had a doctor's appointment and didn't tell me, and nobody else could get me the paperwork I needed, so I just sat there. My boss showed up like an hour before I clocked out, and he's like, He's like, so what have you been doing? I said, sitting here because I can't get no paperwork. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, next time, just go window shopping if you want. I was like, okay.
Now that's funny.
Put his channel name in the chat, Glenn.
Hey, JD. Yeah.
What's up, JD? No, I just don't want to drive 3 hours round trip, JD. And then you got 3 kids that are just the whole time. It's not as fun as you think. What's up, AZ?
Hey, there's AZ. Finally came. All right. I thought you were going to be first today, AZ.
Yeah,
happened?
he was betting on. That's you.
You sleeping at the switch?
I'm printing the parts for the jet now, the small parts. I have to reprint the wheel because the wheel's screwed up, but the base came out really good.
Hey, Filipina. JD.
No.
AZ is here. Lenny's here.
JD said, yeah, that's why I'm single.
Got back from camping and made a little bit of didn't raise my reverse stabilizers before I raised them.
What?
No, AZ, they want to go to the beach this weekend on Saturday, and I don't like going to the beach. Like I said, I like it if you're like staying at the beach, but just driving 3 hours round trip to 3 nagging kids in the car,
Go to the
Ugh.
beach. Yeah.
it's not that fun.
AZ said that he was first this morning. He decided to let somebody else be first today. Nice of him.
See, AZ agrees with me. See, like I said, like when we had a hotel down there, like a couple years ago when we went down there. Yeah, because like when you have a hotel down there, AZ, you can get out of the heat for a while. You can go up to your hotel room, cool off, come back down. You know, it's a little bit more fun when you actually are staying down there. But when you're just going down for the day and you're driving an hour and a half each way.
Lynn says, so stay home, Justin. Let Sarah and the kids go.
No, she got mad at me when I made that suggestion. And she wanted my sister to go, and my sister, she's a procrastinator like a mother. If she goes, we're going to be waiting on her till 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Drone Shots is in the house.
What's up, Jody?
AZ.
So that's what I was doing all the time. Well, that's what I said. At least you know, if you have a hotel on the beach, you can go up and cool off for a while, come back down. You can take breaks. But when you're just going there and you're stuck there all day, you're just literally stuck out on the heat all day. I already spent enough damn time in the heat. I want to take my drone down, but with nowhere to be cool or be able to put it anywhere, I don't want to damage any of the batteries from sitting in the heat for 6 hours. And I definitely don't want to drag it out on the beach where I have to, you know, open it and everything up on the beach with all that sand.
Okay, Mia. All right. I'm going to do just like you did, Paul. Mia's bugging me for dinner.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
an RV, Lynn. Exactly.
Yeah, Gracie's actually hungry tonight. She right into it. She started barking. Normally she don't, but I'll
And
tell you,
2 sites from the beach.
What?
Nice.
She last night, man, was she gassy. She about killed me last night.
North side, what's up? You ready for tomorrow night? JD, are you still in the chat? Are you coming on Matt's tomorrow or not? I asked like 3 times. You never answered me. Yeah, I could. It'd be a little bit cooler there than where I'm at. It'd be about 10 degrees cooler. It's 10, 12 degrees cooler. But when it's in like the mid 90s here, it's not much cooler. It usually ranges between 8 to 12 degrees cooler at the beach when you're inland. So hopefully everybody got what they wanted the last 2 days for the Amazon Prime thing.
Yeah, I guess. I think they had a sale on the Air 2S, they were saying too on Prime. I don't know if it was much of a deal, but
Yeah, they're just about damn near everything's on sale to a certain extent. And some will be really good deals like what you got, and then some are just kind of really minor. It'll just be like $5-10 off. But like that Yeti mic that everybody was buying, that thing was, originally like 180 and they had it down for $89 here. Or 160, I think it was $89. All right. Just so I can let Matt know, because he'll be freaking out after about 30 minutes. You're not showing up. Oh, you didn't get nothing, Sean? Just didn't find anything you wanted, huh?
Yeah. there's
So
a
he,
big
Dre,
question about
Dre said the Air 2S was $200 off normal price yesterday.
wants and needs, you know?
Did you get anything besides just a couple memory cards, Dre?
oh, Dre's in there. All right. Hey, Dre.
Hey, Dre,
It's
When
just
you-
Dre. Relax.
Dre, when you getting your new bird?
Yeah, I wonder if he got a timeline yet on his M30 yet.
M30, yeah.
Well, the dude had it in stock, so I'm sure he'll probably have it within a week of after he placed the order. Because he was ordering it from in the United States, so. Ding dong. What the hell is this? Ringing my doorbell.
Son Bear bought a new toy for the kids for the backyard there, Paul.
Ooh,
It's got a gun that shoots water and water sprays down the slide. Had all the neighbor kids in here playing today. There's my granddaughter right there, right the one in the middle. But
wow, everybody's having a good time.
I couldn't believe the price. That thing is regular $400. They picked it up at Walmart for $200. That thing is huge, 13 feet long.
Well, did Grandpa join in?
No, Grandpa didn't join in.
I thought maybe, Paul, you're going to tell us that it
Yeah.
works really well too.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got an Amazon 4K Ultra Stick. Nice. Well,
Ah.
Sham, are you interested in getting a mini or something? Just didn't pull the trigger.
But I can't have one, Len. That was a pretty good price. They get all the neighborhood kids there. There's like, well, that right there. There was more than that earlier. I think there was 6 or 7 kids earlier.
Wow.
Oh, you should have seen the one that my boss rented. What was it last year for 4th of July? God, that thing was huge. It was like 25 feet high. And you had to like actually climb a ladder to get up to the top of it.
Yeah.
And it had a huge pool at the bottom of it. They had a company brought it in and set it up for 2 days and then came and picked it up. That thing was big though. JD said Hodges was sliding with the coffee in hand.
Oh, no, got to keep my coffee up.
Well, I would imagine if Paul had one on the side, it would be stenciled Timmy's.
Yeah. No, I said, Lynn said Paul Murray can't have one.
No, Paul Murray doesn't want one.
Yeah.
Mia'd be in it all the time.
Ooh, that's a lot of pizza.
And you got the cheesy bread.
Thank you.
Oh, that looked like a plate of food.
Yeah, that's a lot of pizza.
Yeah, I thought about doing that tonight with pizza.
Well, tomorrow night's burrito night, right?
I don't know what we're doing.
You said Fridays was burrito night. Sounds like you're
No, that's usually when we just usually have some kind of either pizza or something. It's just whatever. The only reason we're having pizza tonight is because it's Thomas's birthday.
Oh, okay. How old?
He turned 13 today.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah,
Won't be
your
long-
son's
won't be
birthday.
long and they'll be asking for keys to the car.
Oh, me. Yeah, that was from Hungry Howie's, Lynn. They're kind of like Little Caesars. They do $5 pizzas. Tim, what's up? Yeah, Lynn, he's just turned 13 today.
Tim Jackson must be at work.
Hey, Tim. Yeah.
I stopped and got him a couple things on the way home today that he wanted. My 2 oldest are only a year apart, so.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like a year and 3 months or something. Just a little over a year. Oh, is it? Didn't know that, Mike. They're all over Florida, everywhere. There's like 3 of them just in my town.
The forecast here, Paul, Detroit is possibility of rain every day next week, all the way through.
Oh, well, we need it. Farmers need it.
Yeah, it is dry out.
Oh. Excuse me. But every stake I pull out of the ground right now, I got to use a puller because that ground is so hard it won't flex, won't do nothing. I just can't believe how dry it is right now, all the way down.
You never heard of jets, Lynn.
See what the weather calls for down here. Supposed to be really for flying tomorrow. Not a lot of wind tomorrow. They're saying only about 6 mile an hour. Where is next 7 days? Okay, let's go.
I don't know, JD. Let me look it up. I know I've heard of that one before. I've never been there, but I've heard of that brand chain before. Mellow mushroom. Let's see.
Well, give me 14 days right now. What the hell's going on? Sunday, Monday, they're calling for risk of thunderstorms. It's up to 80%. Sunday, Monday.
Yes, JD. We have one in Orlando and one in Lakeland, which is Lakeland's only like 25-minute drive. And Orlando's about an hour and 30, depending on traffic. That local mom and pop place here, though, that Giovanni's place. God, they have this good pizza, and that Big Mama pizza is so freaking huge. It take literally you have to carry 2 people have to carry the box. It's so big.
Hey, little Mama Laura. Laura's in the hood.
Hey, Laura.
She's gone American.
She's going American.
Yeah.
Hey, David.
You all right?
Laura,
Okay, I was going to message you later.
David.
Is Tim there?
Tim's in the chat.
Hey, Team Tim.
TGIF, get the hell out of here, Tim. Maybe for you, not for the rest of us. Not for the
Yeah,
rest of
we
the
got one more to
civilized
go.
world.
Lawyer chats on top chat. Can't get staff.
God, I'm getting told off here. No, Lynn, I haven't got into Rob's PJs.
You got little footies, right?
What was
Little-
that for?
Little footies jammies, is that?
Or is that just a sweatshirt?
This is just a jumper.
Oh, okay.
The hell's a jumper?
A hoodie.
Okay, there you go.
When you say jumper over here, it means somebody just jumped off a building or a bridge.
It's the same here, but it also means hoodie, sweater.
JD said David needs to relax.
Shut it, JD. Hashtag Team Tim.
This is an after a ship video. I went right straight on down to the north
Damn
end,
right I do, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
cruised around. That's a college there. There's arena, auditorium, another arena. Water out in front. This is the ship that I just got done doing. That's the
Oh, yeah.
Paul R. Tregurtha, the largest ship on the Great Lakes.
That thing is long as hell.
It's big, isn't it?
Like a football field and a half.
Yeah, it's 2,100 feet, I think.
Oh, actually, is that one?
That's freaking long.
Justin's always eating.
And the bridge is backed up in both directions.
Oh, geez. eh?
Yep.
You want to see something I received in the mail today?
What did you get in the mail today?
Go and show it. It's private.
Ah, you got a cup.
What? Was that like a sample cup or something?
Yeah, I ordered a sample cup so I could see what they look like.
Boy, that looks big enough to eat dinner out of, for Christ's sake.
It's not that big.
Didn't you get that from the Superior website too?
What, Teesprings?
Teesprings.
Oh, you're picking on David again.
Lenny says the bridge is closed. So it must be closed in both directions, Lynn, because it's nothing but solid trucks in both directions up on the bridges.
And why
Wow.
is it closed?
I do not. Lynn would know if it is closed and why. Hey, Stan, Flying Stan, how you doing?
Yeah, playing with Dan. Yeah, they had some hazmat thing going on in London there. I don't know what's going on.
Why you keep looking over like David's doing something he ain't supposed to?
No, she's got the chat.
No, I've got two monitors, so the chat's on that screen over there, so
Oh.
David can see the chat.
Who the bloody hell?
Oh.
Chat.
Did you see what Dre wrote?
Yeah, no, that really is a swear word.
Come on,
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, come on, United. Why do you mute me?
Oh, something in Sarnia, it says, she sent me in Messenger. Let me go over and see that. You guys in this fandangled ways of doing stuff, you know?
Tim but nice. Laura. Laura.
What?
He's Australian, so he's Tim, dim, but nice.
No, I didn't get it, Lynn. No message in Messenger. I got your one from 8 hours ago, but
What's Justin smirking at?
Justin's always smirking.
He's up to no good
When isn't he up to no good?
all the time.
I don't ever do nothing bad.
Okay.
I'm the epitome of being a good boy.
Why you swore at me on Messenger?
Well, he threatened me too. He said he's going to get me back.
One day. That's the thing about us Preston fans. We create history. If you were. I'm going to do a video of the weekend for Tim. How to make tea and crumpets. Laura,
What?
you're spraying water. Yeah.
I'm nowhere near a plug socket before you even asked.
You're stood right next to the computer, you goof.
David, do you recognize this song?
What?
are you singing or what?
Can you hear that?
No.
Can you hear it? Psst, psst.
No, we can't hear it.
Sounds like gas escaping. But then it is on Justin's side.
You can't hear that?
No,
Wow.
you can't hear that.
Oh, what the fuck?
If you found a Blackpool chant, you've had it.
I'm learning the Blackpool theme song.
Blackpool theme song.
No,
Yeah, I got a football
Justin.
club song.
Justin, don't do it.
Do it.
Seriously, don't do it. He's Laura.
Well,
It could be the homophobic chance.
Look, I asked Laura, I said, if I wanted to fit in over there, what's the best football team to root for? And that's what she told me.
Or she lied. There's only one team to root for, and that's Preston North End. That's why I'm not talking to Paul Hodges tonight. He's wearing an orange shirt.
Oh, yeah, don't look about his shirt. You can't seem to find anything about the bridge being closed.
Dre said David has to address him as your grace due to my English title.
Address who?
Drake. Officially, you should address Mark as Lord.
Yeah.
Blimey, Stan, I heard Preston North End cheats. The whole trap starting on you.
Just want to point something out to you guys. We play more games than anyone else. We was the first football club. We play at the oldest stadium in the world. Yeah, we created the game. You have nothing to attack me with.
And who cares?
No,
Yeah,
see,
no, I don't really care.
technically, the Aztecs used to play a mixture of soccer and basketball with human heads.
Each to their own, I suppose.
They would kick the head around and then they would shoot it into a basket. A root means an Aussie. We all love you, David. We're just giving you a hard time.
Just so you know, yeah, that Preston North End also have great links with American football, soccer. Yeah, we help your international team. Probably white shit, but it's all right.
Wasn't David Beckham the one that got signed over here like 10 years ago and they gave him like $100 million or some crap?
Yep.
Wasn't the US team that he signed to? Yeah, he got a crap ton of money for that.
He got a crap load of money at Manchester United. And guess what? He started his career out at Preston.
Yeah, I just remember that damn contract they signed. No, it was like almost $500 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something stupid.
Yeah, like 500 million or some crazy crap like that. There's no reason that man should not be broke.
Met David Beckham so many times.
Oh, no, Tim, I've given him enough crap. You can ask him that. I'm not going to push David too much.
If you want this, David,
Ask how soccer's doing.
can I let you into a little secret?
What?
Soccer was the first name for football when it first was invented in 1875. Yeah. Just do the Americans use it now because they don't understand football. Yeah. Their football is where they pick it up and run with it. Put the thing down. Football.
I see David's had this argument before, huh?
Yes.
He had those facts ready and waiting to be spit out at somebody.
It's because I'm a fucking historian on football. Every Saturday I'm doing my football.
Have we got to be up early on Saturday?
What for?
Cricket looks boring as shit, Dre. Not even gonna lie.
It's not because Preston North End played cricket before they played football.
Well, Dre said now cricket
that-
is something I can't figure out.
Yeah, and here's something else for you. Before that, we played rugby. And before that, we played baseball and American football. Or a type of American football.
I was watching a video of some rugby players reacting to the hardest hits in the NFL the other day. It was pretty funny. I'll tell you, them boys in the NFL, man. Oh my God, dude, they're like freaking trains when they hit you. Talking about 300 pounds of pure muscle coming at you at 20 miles an hour.
Wear padding.
Do what?
Don't American footballers wear padding and crash helmets?
Yeah, but it's still extremely dangerous. The NFL actually
Don't get that in rugby, trust me.
has had a long thing about the NFL won't admit that all these players have had really bad concussions and brain injuries from football. There's been a lot of players that have sued the NFL over after their careers were over. I've watched a rugby before. I was just going by what those guys were talking about. They were rugby players, and they said that they don't get hit that hard. I was just watching a reaction video to the NFL hits.
Man,
I'll
trust me.
tell you that padding and those helmets don't do much for you. That shit still hurts when you get hit that hard.
I mean, you have to be thick as pig shit to go and watch cricket. The guy in the middle of the field whacking a ball at the crowd, yeah, he smacks one in the teeth and everybody cheers.
That's why I said, Dre, man, those guys in the NFL, man, those guys are freaking trains. They are huge. The NFL is one of the hardest sports to actually go pro in because you got to make it through high school and college without getting some serious injury. Because there's been a lot of good college players that could have went pro but got injured really bad when they were in college. Let's say Thursday. Yeah.
Today is Thursday.
All day.
For some reason it felt like Friday today.
We got to go out anywhere tomorrow.
What is it with you on there? Going out?
An American rugby team made up of college football players. God, that'd be vicious, Trey.
Outside Hawks is in our game. Yeah, 36 players on the ground. The ground nearly double the size. Hey, Netsby Blog, how you doing?
Netsby, what's up? Netsby blog. Netsby blog? Netsby?
Netsby Blog 21. Yep.
Tim just went with blog 21.
Yeah, Blog 21. There you go.
That's what I do if somebody like not that name, but if somebody has a really long like Filipina, instead of putting her whole channel name in, I'll just put Filipina. I'll be like, hey, Filipina.
Yeah.
I don't even put your channel name in.
Oh, and she turns the camera off. That's nice.
Anyway, she just woke up because it's just morning in Hong Kong right now.
Oh yeah, that was the person from Hong Kong. That's right.
So what time is it there now, Netsby Blog? Like,
What?
kind of curious. Because we're at, what, 5:43 p.m. here. North America. So.
And she put you in her community tab share. Paul.
Oh,
On her
Cool.
channel.
there you go, Paul.
Yeah.
And that's not even a heavyweight, Dre. There's some guys that are like 350, 400 freaking pounds. Those big old linemen, man. Those boys are big.
Bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Because see, not everybody in the NFL is fit. There are some guys that are just massive that they put on the line. And they'll have big old bellies, but they'll just be huge, a lot of weight behind them.
We used to have a footballer that was pretty big. They called him the Beast.
The beast.
Yeah, as soon as he got the ball, the defenders went, nah, fuck that, and moved. He was built like a tank.
There was two of my friends that played when I was in high school, man. Them two boys were big, and both of them were named Steven, and they were the size of damn NFL players. I'll tell you what, they spent all their time in the gym.
There's
They were-
the oldest lighthouse on the Great Lakes, right there.
Yeah.
That's just north of the Blue Water Bridges. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and advance it. I did a seminar this afternoon. These people were from out of town. The kids were just enthralled with my drone.
Well, you look like you're going to make a run for it when the drone was coming in.
Well, I came in pretty hot. Yep. They just loved it.
You know, it's good when people are interested in it to actually stop and have a conversation with them about it, though,
Yep.
because it gets them more.
And they're watching on my screen. That's mom and that's grandma. Yeah, you got to take time to answer questions when you're out and about, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think it's good for everybody. Oh, Dre said he played college ball with people that size. Wow.
Something about, I haven't had a chance to look at Filipina, but she said something about she almost had an accident today or something.
Oh, really? Filipina, what happened?
Yeah.
Filipina, you know, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah.
Then you can talk to us. You don't have to have the camera on if you don't want to. Hey, Laura's back.
Yeah,
Hey, there you are, Laura.
I come back, Justin disappears.
What did you do? Kick Justin out?
Yeah.
No, I haven't
Yeah.
got the powers to do that. She was almost hit by a drone.
Oh, hit by her own drone.
Hit by my drone. Oh, okay.
We were nearly in a bus crash today.
Were we?
Yeah, so on Radwinter. How that car didn't hit the central reservation, I'll never know. There was a bit of skill by our driver.
I'm about to barbecue a bird.
That was weird.
You are weird.
No, my power surged enough to knock out the internet, but everything else, like the printer, my computers didn't miss a beat.
Wow.
But the internet just cut out. It like was just a small like real quick.
Hey,
The
Laura,
lights dimmed and went back up.
tell David that it worked.
Hey Google, turn off David.
Justin's gone again.
Oh, he's still
My
there.
son was talking to me.
Oh,
See what I've done? Windows Drive,
Mm-hmm.
Bird Drive 3D printing.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, what I was saying before my internet cut out was it's good to stop and have those conversations with people though, because it gets them comfortable with drones. They're not
Yeah.
likely to be so crazy about them when they see
Right.
one flying over. Because there's some people, you know, people will walk up to them and try to talk to them. And I've heard some people say, oh, yeah, I just get annoyed by people. It's like, well, you know, politely ask them to wait till you land and then sit and have a nice conversation with them.
right.
And you know, explain to them what drones are about.
Yeah, I got that address, didn't I, today? That one I got to fly tomorrow to go take a look at it. Ugh. Okay, let's go here. Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 0.
That sounds promising. It's thundering like crazy right now.
Oh, really?
At least that's what I think I'm hearing. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't hear over the printer too much. Let me look at the weather. Is it thundering outside? Yeah.
I'll sell this.
Can't sell it. Ain't worth nothing. It's not.
Alright.
No, just throw it out.
Sell this. Here.
Alright. Okay.
It's not raining or thundering at the teeny bar.
No, the kids said it was thundering. I thought I heard it.
Huh.
Sure it won't your stomach.
Oh, hush. No, that's for the jet.
And that's what you get siding with Laura. Whereabouts in America are you?
Who?
You.
I'm in Florida.
About the middle of Florida.
I'm the
You're
dick of
just-
the United
you're
States.
just below Orlando, right?
Well, the good news is it is thundering in Florida.
Well, if you look at the state like that, I'm in the direct center, lengthwise and width. I'm in the dead center of the state.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Yeah, it's to a lightning map, and every time there's a lightning strike across the world, this map within 3 seconds picks it up and tells you
Wow.
exactly where it was. You can zoom in to the exact point where it struck.
Wow, it's like a freighter or aircraft or whatever else, but it's a lightning run.
Yeah, Florida has some crazy lightning storms.
Yeah, if you click that now, Justin, that lightning map, it will show you that it's actually thundering where you are.
Let's see here. I don't see the link yet.
Might have to change a few settings to.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
So this is the place I got to film tomorrow. Okay. The red brick, you said. So, yeah, okay, so I'd go back here. Like, whoa. Look like you got a bit of a backyard here, so.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's an interesting map, isn't it?
Ah, here I can change this to 3D.
There's Kissimmee, Lakeland, Winter Haven, right there.
Cool. That gives you something. Somebody want to go back out again.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I never knew about that.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
So where are you, like see my hand, where are you at,
Go up a little bit.
up here?
Zoom in, because that doesn't really. Okay, so there's Lake Wales, Winter Haven, right there.
Winter
Okay.
Haven, right
That's
there.
that's my town. See all the lakes?
Yeah. So the light, ooh, there's a lightning strike right there. Just happened.
I wonder how it tracks that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some interesting technology. See, I'm surrounded by massive lakes. They call that the chain of lakes. And a lot of those lakes are connected by canals, so you can spend the whole day just riding from lake to lake.
Hey,
What's
Mr. Tank.
And what's really
Tranquility Park.
Justin, just going to tell you this. Blackpool Football Club have commissioned, yeah, a picture of a football player to be painted on the side of one of their buildings. Yeah. But the picture was taken, the picture of the that they used to paint was actually a statue from outside the ground because the player's no longer with them. Yeah. Whoever took the picture actually took the picture with the traffic lights in, and the artist has actually painted the traffic lights in on the pitch.
Oh wow.
And that's going to be there forever.
How's it going, Frank?
I'm doing good. Decided to drop by, say hi.
Well, it's nice. It's good.
Yeah. What's the weather like in good old Ottawa?
Weather's nice here.
Yeah, it's beautiful here today and tomorrow.
Had a little bit of rain, but just barely. Nice and comfortable. Yeah, I'm streaming on the internet, trying to find out what I'm going to talk about tonight on my stream. Trying to be intelligent about it. Trying to.
Yeah, I'm still curious about how the hell that tracks lightning strikes. Must be
Yeah.
some kind of weather satellite or something.
It tracked it off the world weather maps.
Huh.
Did you
So,
see that? Did you see that?
Have you
Frank?
had any?
Yeah, I
I
saw
was
that.
wondering, Frank's had any rallies lately with the 4x4s and all that.
And if you want to know how accurate it is, yeah, a few years ago when we had a massive thunderstorm, Laura decided to stop and take her shoes off because the rain was that heavy. And if she hadn't, it would have struck the bridge, and that map actually pinpointed the exact point where she would have been stood.
Oh wow.
That's how accurate it is.
That's incredible.
So, Frank, have you been doing much off-roading down there or what?
Little bit. I'm going again this weekend. Last weekend was a little quiet. The weekend before I had my event, which I do a call to crawl. I had four different events throughout the summer.
Yeah.
So the last one is next month.
Oh, well, ain't got anything new down there lately as far as building trucks or anything?
No, I built one for a guy I got to send away, and now I'm actually gonna start a new one from Cross RC.
Oh,
It's kind of cool. It's a big military truck from Cross. The kit's worth about $730 Canadian.
oh, wow, that'd be cool to see that one. Wow,
Yeah,
old military style.
and it's heavy. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
All the axles are metal. There's a lot of metal in there, which is kind of cool.
I suppose it would help it being heavy, crawling and stuff like that, right?
Mhm. Yep.
But it's not meant for speed, though, is it?
No, and it's not really meant for crawling in the sense of going
Oh.
over rocks and being technical.
Oh, yeah.
It's a carrier. It's a military truck to carry stuff. In other words,
Oh, okay.
It's meant to go on the trails, nice trails and things like that. So
Oh, okay.
it's a trail truck. In other words, man, Paul, I'm amazed on how big of zoom they have on those cameras behind you.
Oh, the PTZ cameras?
Yeah, they got very good zooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the thing of it is those PTZ cameras are not all that expensive, Frank. You can get those, like $300, $400, $500.
Well, it has gone down for many years now, which is good.
But they really have the capabilities for sure.
Yep.
Let's ask you a question, David.
What's up, JDS?
Oh yeah, I gotta look at the chat.
Hey, JDS, Mr. All right. Mr. First, but I don't see that part yet.
He was up in the chat a little bit.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay, there. Sorry. I missed that. Okay, sorry, JDS.
What you doing? What you doing?
Recovery Drone says, I hope you didn't come here for hints to Tank RC. LOL. So I guess it's not good to come here and ask you guys some hints or some trick and tips.
AD wants to know how you're making out in your F-22 print or he's on the phone, I guess.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's on the phone, but he hasn't finished his F-22 print. He's got to reprint the tires and wheels, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Got a couple other things he's got to finish up.
Wait, you got the main body done already?
I think so.
Oh, I just noticed the time. It's 6:03. My wife's gonna call me for supper soon.
Hey,
All
there
right.
you go.
What do you know what you're having there, Frank?
It's Hello Fresh. It's gonna be chicken and hummus or something like that.
Oh,
Cool.
all right. Yeah, for me, it's usually a breakfast bowl, but
Okay.
yeah, when you're by yourself, you just microwave is really my friend.
I guess.
Frozen into the microwave. Yep. And Justin had pizza. And
Pizza's
Paul, what
good.
did you have for dinner?
Oh, a little bit of everything. I've just been snacking tonight, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's another thing people do when they're alone. You just eat and snack all the time.
Yeah. Well, usually I don't too much. I usually eat pretty good meals, but just tonight didn't feel like it.
Okay.
Been really busy last few days. I'm just whipped. So, and of course, I never took nothing out of the freezer. So,
Paul's sign business has been going crazy, Frank.
Oh, good.
You know how he keeps saying, "Oh, it's going to slow down." Oh, it keeps going faster and faster.
I thought he was retired.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird market. I've never seen. I've been doing this for, I think, 14 years now. I've never seen it weird like it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny, like the price of houses have dropped, but now the rates have gone up, because Bank of Canada raised what, a full point yesterday?
Yeah.
It's up what, 2.5% just at the Canada. So the mortgage rates are going to be up around 4 or 5% pretty soon. So
That's not good. I gotta renew my mortgage soon.
yeah. I locked in for 5, but I got 4 more to go yet. So hopefully things will get a little better between now and then.
Yeah, we were locked in for 5, but it's due. I think it's due this year. So
yeah.
Cool. My wife just called me up, so I give a thumbs up to the video. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Take care, Frank. Have a great weekend.
Later.
Next few days. Yep.
Yep.
Hey, yeah, AG, I'm on it right now because I don't have my headphones on or nothing. It's that new Blue Yeti. It's red in color, but it's one I wanted. I wanted red, so.
Boy, the two tall masted ships really took off, Paul.
Yeah.
The one yesterday, Niagara is up to 1,060 views, and the Nano Santa Maria is up to 1,031 views.
Holy mackerel. You're doing good. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell before there, JDS, with the headphones on, so. Oh, it's got a reboot here. Okay. Know why it was lost my connection to that.
Excuse me.
See where he's going. Must be going to someplace. Didn't know watching the air ambulance, but went out of London airport, but he's just going over Mississauga. Must be going to one of the big hospitals in London and Toronto. It's not bad. He's about half an hour from London to Toronto, doing 147 knots. So,
You still on the panel?
Yeah, I'm still on the panel. I was just editing my blog, wasn't I? So
well, good for you, JDS. Good for you. You lost 20 pounds this summer so far. Yeehaw. Would you say change the setting till still sound hollow? Oh, do I sound hollow?
Yeah, a little bit.
What setting do I change? The gain or?
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not that technical, but
Yeah, I don't know which one to change.
well, now have you got it set for straight on or circular? It picks up everything.
Straight on. Well, it's got the two circles, I think. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Side by side, there's 4 different settings. I don't know.
I don't know, Paul. I'm like you. I just turn it on and it works.
Well, okay, does that sound any better? Hello, anybody home?
A little bit hollow. And it's almost like you're talking over a jug and it just
Yeah,
not an echo,
about-
but it's just hollow sounding.
yeah. I don't want to get all the dog sounds right. So
Right.
I don't know. That's the other one. So how's that? Any better? No? Okay. Hello, anybody home?
Yeah, about the same.
Uh,
No, it's gone out.
How's that? Any better? Change that setting. Ugh. I'll play with it. I've got that G Hub. I'll have to play with it sometime. G- Also like feedback. Oh, Filipino, you're too gonna make me tired thinking about that walk. You said you're gonna walk about 8 miles tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Make me tired just thinking about it.
Leila, you just keep moving, my dear. Keep moving.
I think that helicopter is going into Toronto Island, going down 775 feet. So just off Ontario Place. Yep, going right into Toronto Island Airport. Huh. It's unusual. Usually they go into a hospital or something. I don't know, maybe unless they took somebody from that area down to, because I don't know if this is the helicopter out of Toronto or this is one out of London, but I know he came out of London. So, yep, he's going right into Toronto Island Airport. Yeah, I think there's a station there. Right. Yeah, I guess you might as well keep doing while you still can. Yeah. Yep. Yep, you just landed
Really?
at Toronto Island Airport. Actually, what I can do, close this on, pull up my map, because I can go. I'll go up there, Center Island. Do a change the layer here. Porter Airlines is there.
Ow.
Justin's busy. Yes, he is.
Oh, see a station there for helicopters. Looks like helicopters there, but I don't know what kind they are.
21st. Okay.
So what's in the Amazon map?
The action camera and the cans of Pepsi.
Speaking of Pepsi,
I wish I had some.
Diet Pepsi is all I drink.
I'm just about to remove some out of the basket.
What? You're not no, you removed the other item. You didn't remove my Pepsi.
What I want to know is why you think it's your Pepsi.
Did you don't drink Pepsi?
Oh,
I guess she put it to you, David.
she sent me a message on Facebook saying that she loves me, and I was like, "I love you too." And she went, "I've just seen the Amazon basket."
There you go.
Can't get away with anything around here.
Oh, I've got a new friend on Facebook as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
Sarah.
No, if I was trying to figure out my
Again, Justin Sarah.
Justin, R.I.P.
Just in time.
Justin's probably like, what you on about?
Justin, rest in peace. It was nice knowing you. It's over. I'm sorry.
Forgive and forget, huh?
No, Laura and Sarah have become friends on Facebook. Justin's never going to hear the end of it now.
Uh-oh.
You will not get away with nothing online. Just ask Rob.
Oh, you go to attack me.
Every time Rob does something online, Sarah gets told,
No, he doesn't. She doesn't.
Oh.
"You're a snitch."
Oh.
no, I had to go in and cancel 2 days of the PTO I requested. I accidentally requested them for today and tomorrow. I meant to do it for next week, Thursday and Friday.
Laura, what's that stuff you want?
What stuff?
That's all sweet and
Sweet and sour.
Because I've got
Put McDonald's on the end. You'll find it.
I got 64 hours of PTO
Turn the office light off. She might go sleep.
built up already.
Wow.
So I figured why not just take two
Google,
random
turn
days
off the
off
office-
next week,
Hey,
Thursday
Google.
and Friday, have a 4-day weekend,
Turn off
right?
the office light.
Yeah.
All right, turning off the office light.
is there any of these?
Gotta use them before
One
you
that's
lose
with
them.
the imitation of it's that first bottle.
That one.
Yep.
It says chicken.
I'm sure it's that first one.
That's 10 quid a bottle. And you lost your marbles.
Oh, this is ridiculous. They give you an access code for that's good for 10 minutes, but yet the company phone doesn't want to let the email go through for about 8 or 9 minutes. Stupid. I need to change my phone number. Yes, I need to edit personal phones.
It's fine.
You know what it turns out?
What?
Apparently it's just this stuff in a bottle.
It's not.
Well, I'm not paying freaking £10 for one bottle of sauce.
I ain't gonna blow it right away. I got 64, 65 hours of vacation time. I'm only taking 2 days off, JD. I got enough to take a week and a half off if I want to.
Okay, Filipina, have a good day. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow.
Hey, Filipina, take care.
If I want
Did you
to.
tell me you got tripped up by a lizard earlier.
JD is like one of those guys that asks for their vacation time the first day they start. Can I go ahead and take my 2 weeks?
Yeah, when we was on our way home earlier, Laura nearly fell over a lizard. That attempt to trip her up.
Four, 3, 2, 6, 7. Okay, so I need to put my new number in, which is
This is where we're going to get just inside live on the screen.
all right. I got that changed over. What are you talking about, Tim? You got 9 weeks off. Who the hell gets 9 weeks of paid vacation time off in one shot?
Team Tim does.
Tim does.
I'm taking 2 days off. He got 9 weeks of paid vacation and
Go
got to
Team
take it
Tim.
all in one shot. I'll be damned if any company in the US would ever let you take 9 weeks off like that. It's hard enough getting a week off, let alone
Yeah, but here
9
in
weeks.
the UK and in Australia, yeah, their employees, the employers know how to treat their employees.
Well, here, jobs here, you can earn 300, 350 hours of PTO. You get it based on how many hours you work. You earn it as you're working. Like they don't just give it to you right off the bat. You have to work, for every week you work, you get like, so many hours of PTO.
Well, over here,
But you'll get enough for a month or so.
you're entitled to a week off. After 6 weeks, you're entitled to 2. After 4 months, you're entitled to 3.
No
After
wonder you
6
guys don't ever get shit done over there. Jesus
and after
Christ.
a year, you're entitled to 6 weeks off.
Mm.
It's the way it is.
Might be. I had a burrito alert go off saying that Justin was online.
Can you imagine that? Lightningmaps.org with a burrito just flashing over Justin's.
Burrito alert, burrito alert.
Oh yeah, JD, if you're with like when I was a manager at Walmart, if you were a 20, 25 year associate, you got 350, 400 hours of PTO every year. And then at the end of the year, whatever you didn't use, they would buy you out down to 80 hours. So if you still had 300 hours of PTO, they would buy you out and give you a check for all your PTO all the way down to 80 hours. And they would roll that 80 hours over to the next year. You'd start from 80 again. Oh yeah, there was people, man, that were 20, 30-year associates. They used to get a fat ass check at the end of the year. I don't know, they get like a $5,000-$6,000 check for their PTO.
Did I leave these until I get the refund? We'll get them now.
Get him now.
Leave until I get the refund.
25 years. What? Have you really been with that company for that long, JD? I figured you'd get like around 300 being with the company that long. But 200 hours is still quite a bit. I mean, that's about what, 3 weeks or so?
How many hours did you work in?
Hello, Paul.
Hey,
Hello,
how's it-
Justin.
how you
What's up, Steve?
doing?
Doing good.
Good, Steve. That's good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, I had a visitor stop by here yesterday.
You did?
Yeah, Mr. Sean Oz stopped by.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got together and went out to lunch down at the harbor and did some flying down there. A little windy, but
How's his collarbone?
he's moving along. I mean, he's got his, an arm in a sling all the time. So we had a
Was
picnic table. He could sit down and put his arm down so he could grab a hold of his controller. And
Was he in a lot of pain or what?
no, not really. He's just on Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Ugh, I hate ibuprofen. They want to fucking give you ibuprofen for everything.
Yeah, but ibuprofen reduces swelling. That's the purpose of it.
I hate ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen or naproxen is another really good one because that lasts for 12 hours.
Yeah.
You'll go into the hospital with the ribs sticking out your side and they'll be like, here's ibuprofen. I'm just saying, like, if you ask, like, you're a veteran, right, Steve? And I've heard this joke so many times from veterans that go to the VA that all they would give is ibuprofen for everything.
I don't go to the VA. I don't even bother. I go to regular, I just have regular Medicare now. So I just use my local doctors.
I was watching this guy's TikTok. He was retired Army and he does TikTok videos and he was like, this is how you know you've been to the VA. And he opens up his medicine cabinet. He's got like 10 bottles of ibuprofen in there, all 800 milligram prescription bottles.
No, he's just taking Sean's pretty much doesn't like to take any drugs. So
I feel him on that. I don't like taking narcotics unless I absolutely have to because it tears my stomach up.
yeah, it does most people.
Like when my tooth was hurting,
Mhm.
I took it, but I was in such pain, man. I was like really contemplating grabbing a pair of needle nose and ripping that damn tooth out. Like it crossed my mind. It was hurting so bad.
I even offered him some CBD oil to take it away. And he goes, nah, I don't want to do that. I said, no, it doesn't have
That's
any
not even a
THC.
drug.
Huh?
That's not even a drug. It doesn't even come up in a drug test. It's not
No.
even a drug.
Well, some of it does. I mean, I have some here which has THC in it.
Right. I'm talking about the non-THC CBD oil like they sell at the gas stations here. It also strictly says no THC in it.
Yeah. Because my mom, she had lost both the cartilage on both shoulders. Plus she had bone spurs. So she was neuropic from head to toe. And she was on opioids for years and years and years. And we started doing some searching around in a place actually about 10 miles, not even 10 miles up the road. It's a company that's here. All their products are made here in the United States. That's not offshore. And the tests for every lot number and ad are on their website. You can see the verified tests that they have for their product. And we were able to take her off the narcotics and have her have the same pain level just on the tincture CBD.
Unfortunately, JD, no, I haven't had it looked at since it stopped hurting, because getting the tooth pulled, it can range from $600 to $1,000. It's freaking outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageously expensive. I just don't have that kind of money to spend.
TJ,
What's up, Steve?
how are you?
Dental insurance sucks. I even looked at the dental insurance through my job and it was horrible.
Really?
But what
Usually
you
it's pretty
paid-
cheap.
What you paid for, it didn't cover anything. It covered like teeth cleaning and just stupid shit. Like it wasn't any real extensive like dental work.
I
And
know I have an extra coverage still through Linda's work. We did that, which we're able to get the Medicare coverage and that extended coverage on it. And it's only like, I
Okay,
want to say
Laura,
it's like $12 a month for both of us.
Yeah, but you guys also have multiple insurances that are covering different parts of it though too. That can
Well,
make it a
they
lot
cover
cheaper.
the exact same thing.
I'm talking
It's
about just buying insurance from a company or company straight out. You don't have a secondary or anything like that.
Well, I'm saying you can get it through Medicare, but we have the coverage on the other side and just keep that.
But our dental insurance wasn't cheap. It was like, if you went with the best plan, I want to say it was like $30 or $40 a paycheck. So you add that up, we get paid every week. It's $100 and some a month,
That's ridiculous. Well, that's for your whole family, right?
No, that's just for me.
What?
All the rest of the insurance was cheap, but the dental was outrageous. That was the only reason I didn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was for the best plan too.
That's ridiculous.
But like I said, if you went down, they had 3 different tiers, and the first and second tier didn't cover nothing but like teeth cleaning and stuff.
right?
And
Yeah.
a very small portion, if you had any major work done, like 5% of the bill or something. It was just ridiculously small. It's horrible.
Hi, Dre. I didn't see, but I just noticed you here.
Yep, Dre's up there, yep.
Yeah, he was running around. He was only here. He got here about, I want to say about 2:30, and he was gone by a little after 5:30. He was only here for like 3 hours. We went down and had an early dinner, more or less, for him. Went down late lunch, early dinner, and then we went down to the same spot, but just around the corner from where we flew, closer to where the Harbor Patrol office, where am I at?
Right, Marshall.
In fact, right, I moved my head out of the way. We were right
Someplace there.
Right behind
there.
your head.
there, behind my head.
Right there.
We were right next to the Harbor Patrol office. There was a table empty there. The one that we were at, it was filled with people.
What's Dre doesn't have the M3.
Oh, well, he was ordering it though.
No. That was the
M30.
Matrice 30,
The 30.
not the Mavic 3, the Matrice 30.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I meant.
I was about to say, because he's stated many a times that he doesn't want that Mavic 3.
Not for the price, although it was on sale for Prime Friday.
They had the Mavic Air 2. Dre was saying earlier, I think it was $200 off for the
More
online
than that.
sale.
The combo was $1,034 or $1,030 some for the combo. It was more than
I
200
hate
bucks
Black
off.
Friday and Cyber Monday. I never have no damn
Money.
It's always the time of year when I don't have any extra money. Now, if it was during tax time, I think that would be a smart time for Amazon to do their Prime Day. Do like a Prime week, right? Like at the end of January, beginning of February. Good, dude, they'd steal half of people's tax checks.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
That they do it in the middle. They do it at the randomest times in the middle of the year. It's like,
I
do it
picked
when
up
a bu-
some security cameras for the house while it was on sale, 30% off. And then what else did I pick up? I got these lights from LumeCube. I got these. They were a good deal. They just came in today.
Yeah, Hodges got himself the $170 Yeti mic for $80.
Wow, that's
Hey,
a
yeah.
Oh, no, it
heck
was
of a deal.
115.
119 Canadian.
Yeah.
I
It
never
was,
knew.
Yeah.
Made my- I thought they just made like cups and shit like that.
Yeah, it's the one I got here.
Yeah, that's the one that's 160 normally here, and they had it for sale for 89 yesterday.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was cheaper than the Nano,
Mhm.
than the Yeti Nano. This one's
Yeah.
like 70 to $100.
Yeah.
Yeti's like the coolers and the cups and all that, right?
Different company.
Different company. It's called Blue. Excuse me. The Blue is the microphone. It's their model. They make several different ones.
And if you want to buy good products, buy the Walmart camping brand of Yeti. It's the same exact thing. They stole Yeti's design because Yeti was too stupid to get a patent on their stuff, and then tried to sue Walmart over it, and Walmart won that case. Their cups that they sell, their $10 tumblers, will actually outperform a Yeti by about an hour on the tests, ice tests,
Really?
Man,
because they stole Yeti's designs because Yeti didn't have a patent on it. So why
Yeah,
would you
that's
pay
crazy.
$50 for a cup to just say Yeti on it when you go to Walmart and get the same $10 tumbler? They'll do the
Yeah.
same thing.
mine was given to me as a gift, and I literally have one Yeti cup and one Yeti cup only.
When Walmart was selling two of the, I think they were the 44-ounce ones, the big ones,
Holy crap.
they were selling two for 20.
What?
Like it was about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right
'Cause it's
before
like a
Yeti
tw-
sued them
a
over
tw-
that.
A 20-ounce one is like $30 or $35 for a Yeti.
Yeah, the Walmart had a deal. This was about 2 months before Yeti sued Walmart. We had a whole pallet of them, and you could get two of the 44-ounce ones for 20. It was like $25.
Wow.
And people were buying the crap out of them. We
Man,
went through a
this-
whole pallet in less than a day and a half.
I'm sure you did. When we were at Las Vegas in December, we were there, went to the cowboy convention at the convention center there because they have the rodeo in town for December. And they had a company in there selling the Yeti, and they were like, trying to remember what it averaged. And we bought four of them because if you bought the four, it equaled out to be $18 a piece for the 20-ounce tumblers. And then they threw in another Yeti cup with it because you bought the four.
Yeah, you get the Ozark tumblers at Walmart. Same exact thing
I'll keep
for
that
a
in
quarter of
mind.
the price.
I see Mike got a dad lined up to drive and spot for him tomorrow. Going to an Indian site called the Atlazan State Park.
Mhm.
Said my Indians came here. Huh.
Yeah, I have lost money anymore at any time. Did you see the new CPI index that came out? 9.1%.
Really?
Oh,
Yep. I'm subscribed to the Consumer Price Index, and they send out the notifications. It usually hits on the 10th to the 12th, somewhere in there. It comes out, and then there's a one-page version. And like for us, it was less. Actually, I was surprised. For Los Angeles, Anaheim, and Long Beach, California, it was 8 point, I forget what it was, 8.4 or 8.6 versus the 9.1. I was surprised.
Yeah, but the only problem, Marshall, is money's going to be worthless if the economy collapses. You got to buy stuff like gold, silver,
Food.
get your hands on certain medications like antibiotics. Antibiotics would be gold
Yep.
during a time like that.
Okay.
Why do you think me and Sarah save whatever antibiotics we have, like say the doctor gives us a week's worth for something. Normally, you're supposed to take the whole bottle, right? But usually after, 5 or 6 of them, you're good.
You're
So you-
talking Z-Pack. I can tell what you're talking about already.
But you usually keep usually we'll have 2 or 3 left over in a bottle. We keep them because you never know when you might need some antibiotics. Antibiotics would be gold during a time like that. Any kind of really good medication.
Yeah, zithromycin, which the people call the Z-Pack. It's you take 2
Oh,
tablets the
that's-
first day, and then then you take 4 more days. But that is equivalent in your body for 10 to 14 days.
Right. Yeah, erythromycin's much more powerful than amoxicillin is. That's usually what they give you when amoxicillin doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like my daughter had a bad infection and they gave her amoxicillin, it wasn't working. They gave her erythromycin. She was good the next day. She was already feeling better.
You feel it within 1 to 2 days. You feel like, oh my gosh, I feel okay, but you don't. You want to make sure you can take the full course of it. Yeah, but it was windy down here yesterday at the harbor. We were having like 25 plus mile an hour wind with gusts of up to probably 30.
Oh, wow.
And it was wild because we brought the UAV forecast. He's looking and I'm looking. I'm going. We both looked at each other. He goes, "This is bull."
Canadian fishing. What's up?
It says 5 miles an hour with a 10-mile-an-hour gust. Meanwhile, the trees are going like this.
with? Steve, who'd you go flying with?
Sean Oz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was. He's up in Los Angeles, and he's working on hopefully opening up another tattooing studio over in the Glendale, Burbank area.
Is he from California?
Originally, he was here. He had shops in Venice and in Huntington Beach.
Yeah, he's still kind of recovering from his injury. From his
yeah. His arm is in a sling, and but the
Collarbone takes what, like 3-4 months?
Well, he's 2 weeks with no work, and it's typically they would make you wait another typically about another 2 weeks before you go into physical therapy.
Right.
No, that's a painful injury.
Oh, and it is because his what they call broke a Z, where your where a break is, it broke like this, like a Z.
Oh,
and so it was just, I mean, he went to catch himself getting up, and when he did, he almost blanked out. And somebody stopped by, somebody that he knows stopped off and goes, I think you may need some help. And he goes, yeah. So they got an ambulance and then took him straight to the hospital.
Unfortunately, his age is catching up to the sports he likes to do.
Well, what it
does get to your body after a while, snowboarding and all that.
If you look at if you watch his video, he explained it. In fact, that's where he was. He had gone down to the skateboard company that the board was on, and he went riding on their new model in his sling.
I think after he heals up, I don't think he's gonna be doing any more skateboarding for a while.
Oh, it'll be a while. But he was on a skateboard yesterday.
For real?
He tested their new one. What it was is he was putting his phone back in his pocket, and what he thinks he did, that when he put it in his pocket, he hit the brake on the controller.
Oh yeah.
And so it was him that it locked up. But I guess the new version, when you push the button for the brake on the board, it slowly does it. It doesn't just grab you. Because over a certain speed, it just breaks.
Huh.
Well, the problem is like when you start getting older and you're doing skateboarding and stuff like that, man, them injuries can get worse and take longer to heal. And that's a 20-year-old's game right there.
What you say we can't do it just because we're older?
Maybe on one of the longboards and just cruising down the beach on the sidewalk. I don't know if you'd want to go down a half pipe. I mean, I used to skateboard and all that stuff when I was younger too, but
yeah, so did I. The days of getting you got a piece of plywood, You took apart a pair of skates and you screwed it up and put it through the board and you made your own skateboard.
Yeah, because skateboarding was actually started in Southern California,
That's right.
Long Beach, wasn't it?
I don't think once I've ever been a skateboard.
Back in the, was it the 70s?
Well,
I
long
think it
before
was.
that, I was skateboarding in the 60s.
Well, I know it was back a while back. It was,
But it was metal wheels, and then they went to the clay wheels. And those could be as dangerous with little pebbles and pieces of rock as being with a metal wheel. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't like roll over something. It went, stop.
well, it's the same way with the newer wheels too. You'll still stop if you hit a rock.
Well, the
It doesn't just
composite
roll
ones
over.
they actually are soft, kind of like on the, like inline skates and stuff.
Yeah, but if you hit a big enough pebble, it's going to still take the board out from under you.
Yeah.
It just makes for a smoother ride, the
Mhm.
composite wheels.
Well, one of the things he said is their new board is really a nice, smooth ride compared to the one that he has.
All right, it's all about the trucks and how good the bearings are in there and all that, how good the wheels are. The bearings are one of the most important parts, though, for a smooth ride.
JD, skate or die.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the backpack with the built-in speaker and had you could put your board in it. I had all that stuff back in the day. Had a subscription to CCS magazine.
Oh, really? Well, then you would have loved to have been down over here in San Clemente.
Well, I was in Southern California at the time.
No, but I mean down San Clemente. That's where Tony Hawk lives. He lives down here.
Where, here in Florida?
No, San Clemente, California. He lives probably about 5 miles south of me.
well, there's quite a few professional skateboarders out of California.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the WWE. A majority of their wrestlers are actually out of North Carolina. Wrestling's really big there. There's so many like underground leagues and stuff in North Carolina. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
People have like rings set up in their yards and have actual events and stuff.
So what's everybody doing this weekend?
Going to the beach. And I don't want to.
Partying.
Party?
Yep. My birthday.
Hey, in the chat, Mike Rennick's waiting for a sequel, TJ, to your grab and go Goodwill adventures.
We were talking about skateboards. He said, go and grab one at Goodwill, TJ.
Yeah.
Thrashers.
There you go, Mike.
And when's your birthday, Steve?
Sunday.
What you got any plan? What are you doing?
Oh, we're going out to brunch, and some family members are taking me out to brunch in the morning, and then in the evening, my wife and I are taking me out. We're just going to lay low in the evening
Oh, there you go.
because my son and daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, were down last weekend. They were celebrating her birthday down here at Doheny State Beach, for her second birthday. So they just can't get back down here again.
Well, traveling gets expensive, I guess.
Well, he's not too far away. He's about an hour away. I mean, it's not like he's a long ways away. No. If you're familiar with California, he's in Riverside, is what they call the Inland Empire area.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to California. I don't think.
Well, if you've been here, you probably would not want to go back wherever you're coming from.
Hey, Paul, I sent you a message, but I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go for coffee, so.
Gonna go to Horton?
No, no, a friend of mine.
Oh.
Hey, sounds
Now
good.
Yeah, he just, about 4 or 5 blocks away, so.
Oh, well, have a good time.
Yep, so see you guys all in the morning.
Okay,
Later.
Paul, have a good time.
Yep, Well, talk to you guys later.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
That was the skateboard I had. I don't know if you can see it.
Nope.
Damn it. It had the dingleberry on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't seen that in years. I spent a whole summer at my dad's garage working, saving up money so I could buy a new skateboard, the backpack, everything. Spent like $500 or $600 in the CCS magazine, bought a whole bunch of stuff. I custom built my skateboard.
Uh-huh. You know who did some boards with snowboards is Sean. The graphics for the one company he did for a board company.
Yeah, he does a lot of snowboarding videos too, like
Yeah.
vlogging. I only went snowboarding like once, but twice. I think twice I went.
Yes, I never snowboarded. Skiing, yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I went twice up in
Once.
damn it.
Yeah, that too.
What's that?
Good.
Yeah, that too.
Now I'm having a damn mind blank of the ski resort that was.
Paul, he's having a senior moment.
Yeah, that's the first thing to happen. Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about Sean and he's catching up real quick.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I feel for him, you know. That's the first thing that starts happening. And when you start going into other rooms and saying, now what did I come in here for? That's the beginning.
Tej, did you see what Dave wrote?
Yeah.
He says, thank God you never been to California and Arizona.
Yeah. That's why.
Well, see, California is a lot like Florida, except we don't have the humidity. We don't have all the bugs unless you go up into the forest, then you'll have mosquitoes and stuff. But
Oh,
along the
yeah.
coast, we have really no mosquitoes, no bugs. I mean, you get out in areas away from, the metropolitan or suburban areas, you move away. Yeah, now you're getting into snakes and stuff like that because we got the lovely diamondback rattler here.
Oh, aren't they wonderful?
It was Big
Oh,
Bear.
boy.
Big Bear. Couldn't remember.
Steve, have you come out? Have you seen one on the hoof? What, a rattler?
Diamondback.
Oh, yeah. As a kid, we used to, actually what we did is we'd bring a king snake into the property. In fact, it's kitty corners on the house lot that we're on, because the whole hillside above us, there was nothing here when we moved here. And rattlesnakes had come down across there, and we just put a king snake in, and that'd be into the rattlesnakes.
Wow.
Yeah, the Western Diamondback gets big.
Yeah.
I've
We
seen
used
some
to make
photos.
we used to make snares out of it when PVC pipe finally came out. We'd sit there, and at the end of the pipe, you'd put a screw, just drill a screw with a nut and a bolt, but you run a piece of poly nylon rope through it, make a loop. So it was like a loop snare, and then out the other side, and then we just go
You
up
know how I
to
used to do it? I
10
used to do
feet
it the
away,
same-
and
I used to do it the same way, but I just ran the rope all the way through to where the two sides were just hanging out the end,
yeah,
and you could just put it around the snake and yank it like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we kept the string in the middle, so that way it didn't pull back through the screw. It wouldn't pull back through the loop. We'd have him here. We'd have him here all over the place. You'd be driving down the road and see him.
And then you catch, I caught me tons of gopher snakes, red racers. Talking about some fast snakes, man.
Red
Ooh.
racer. Yeah.
Yes, those things are quick. I mean, they're not dangerous or anything, but they are fast. They are hard to catch.
Even on gravel road.
I mean, that's why they call them the red racers, because they're just really fast. It doesn't matter. They're just really quick. They can easily outrun you.
Oh God.
I think gopher snakes are pretty timid. It just depends. They like to snarl up like a rattler, and they'll make the rattle noise with their mouth, and they'll pretend to be a rattlesnake.
Defensive.
But usually when you grab onto them and hold them for a minute, then they'll calm down. They'll be all right. I picked up plenty of gopher snakes.
Yeah. We
They like to act all big and
we
bad.
have gopher snakes around here too.
Yeah, they like to buck up at you and try to pretend they're something they aren't.
What we did find out about in school, though, is we learned is we figured, one king snake in the backyard of where we lived, that one was good, two would be better. But then all of us found one of the kings dead. And that's when we found out the king snakes are territorial and you only have one king snake in a big area.
My dad did one year. We were having issues with mice in his house
Mhm.
because one of the air conditioning vents under the house got broke. And a
Oh,
bunch of them got in and he had it fixed, but we still had an issue with the ones in the house. And we were shooting them with pellet guns and everything when we'd see them, trying to get them. And so one day my dad, they kept running down in the vents after they were fixed. So my dad, we had a couple gopher snakes and he took the 6-footer and he let them go down in the vents. And he literally was down there for probably a week or two. And then one day he just popped his head up out of the vent. My dad grabbed him real quick. But he ended up getting most of the mice. Like we didn't really have too many problems after that.
yeah.
But he literally just let him go down in the vent. He was like, screw this. He grabbed that 6-foot gopher, popped the vent off the floor, and he just let it in there.
And also, I'm watching the show Ridiculousness right now, but there was one I was watching where they were showing a bunch of snake clips, and this person opened up their toilet lid, and there was a snake like inside the toilet. I was
Yeah.
like, how the heck do snakes get inside your toilet? Like,
They come up through the drain.
Come up through the sewer system.
Yep,
Even a rattlesnake will go in the water.
yep.
Yeah, because
I would freak the fuck out if I ever opened up my toilet one day and saw a snake head in there. I'd be like, oh my God.
Be careful what you wish for, my friend.
I know.
yeah, me and my dad ended up going to Big Five, the sporting goods store, when we had that issue. And he bought me and him both one of those 8-shot CO2 pellet guns, the little 9mm looking ones. And that's what we'd do. We'd wait till one of the mice would run out and go through the house, just shooting off pellets.
Hello, Bill. How are you, sir?
Yeah,
Hey,
JD.
yeah.
You see that, TJ? JD said spiders will come up through the drains too.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah,
No, there
in fact, Sean Oz is at Disneyland today. He's going over there to shoot the Star Wars attraction here, and he's going to do a comparison between Disney World Star Wars and Disneyland Star Wars.
He needs to come to Legoland and check out their display. They have a huge Star Wars display. That's what I was telling these guys
We have one here. Legoland
that's what
South here.
I was telling these guys like what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? I was at Legoland doing the meter reads there.
Mhm.
They had us 2 of the ships from Star Wars that, shit you not, were the size of a damn smart car,
Mhm.
and they were literally just thrown out on the ground in the mud and dirt and everything, back behind this like
You
gate
didn't
where
want
like
them
the
anymore, huh?
the customers don't go. It's like where all the utilities and all the crap are back behind these big tall fences.
Right.
And I was back there with one of the maintenance guys, and they had literally, it's like they just chucked them outside. They were all busted up in the mud and dirt. And I was like, damn.
Hey, Justin,
It's
next
like, what a
time you go,
waste.
take TJ with you, and he'll go say, "Can I have that?"
Could you just imagine the Star Wars fans that would freak if they saw that? Imagine if you get your hands on one of those.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine how many Legos it created to make one of those?
That's what I'm saying. It was such a waste. You think they could have auctioned those off or something instead of just throwing them out?
Yeah, for charity or something.
Where do they
'Cause,
get
you
all?
know,
Where do
think
they
about it.
just have them lying around? Like, man,
They
listen,
built them.
They
Yeah,
built
but
they're
think-
all built out of Legos.
But think about how many millionaire Star Wars fans out there that probably would have paid $30,000-$40,000 for one of those original build from Legoland.
Mhm.
Oh, one of those probably would have went for a ridiculous amount of money. And I'm talking to you, they're not small. They're the size of a smart car. They're huge.
And they could have donated the money to a charity or whatever, so they couldn't, ridicule them saying, well, you're just trying to make money off from it. Donate it to a good cause.
Yeah.
And that wasn't all that was out there though, right? They had all these like buildings from their old, because they redid the city skyline display that they had. So they had like the old buildings out there just thrown out, busted in pieces. Like it was literally all these displays were just thrown out on the ground, and half of them are broken half and stuff, like somebody just chucked them out the door.
That's the same way here at Disneyland and Universal Studios. Bless you. Universal Studios, the same way. You go behind the back lots and there's so much stuff back there. Because when I was working at Disneyland, I was behind the scenes with everything that we were doing there. And what turned out to be a 1-year project ended up being there almost 5 years working as an outside contractor. And I mean, anything and everything, underground, the tunnels, all the hidden areas, behind scenes stuff that you see that, you know, people don't get to see. It's just amazing how much stuff is behind the scenes.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Like you're watching a movie and like you're like, man, I wonder what goes on behind the scenes.
Well, you know, like there's the ride, the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, and the car goes through and you're in the car and you're going backwards and all of a sudden it turns around. Okay. And then it's going through and it's the ballroom scene where all the ghosts are dancing in the dining room and everything. If you've ever seen that, right where it enters in, I mean, the distance I am from my screen, well, say 5 feet away, I'm sitting there looking right at the people and they can't see me, but you can see them and everything and the screams on their faces and everything as the stuff's going on.
Yeah, wild, pretty wild stuff.
All right, guys, I'm out.
All
right.
Okay,
We'll see you guys later.
All
righty,
right.
sir. Take care. Have a good
And-
night.
3.
Time is it? 4 o'clock already. Wow.
4 o'clock. It's
It's almost 4 o'clock there, isn't it, Steve?
Yep. Exactly.
oh yeah. Yeah. I
What
always
time? What time is your quitting time, Steve?
I'm home. I'm working from home right now.
Oh, okay.
So
I was about to say, I was like, I think it's almost 7 o'clock. It was like 4 o'clock. Like,
Yeah,
Four
it's 6:59.
yeah.
actually, I'm just sitting here in a hot air balloon hovering over the harbor.
Yeah. There you go.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. You're in a hot air balloon hovering over the harbor.
TJ liked that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Or you could be in one of those parachute rides where the boat pulls you and then they let you out.
yeah.
Because they do that here too in the summer.
A parasail.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's back to being another just an overcast, kind of gloomy day today again. Although the sun came out yesterday, the day before was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's always hot here. Like, you just step outside, it's like, oh, so hot. Like yesterday on my day off, I went to work out. We have a gym where I work out at, and go work out. And I walked there instead of driving my car. And when I got to the gym, I was already sweating. I was like, man, I haven't even worked out yet. And I'm already sweating. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Mr. Sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was working for the company, it's called Simplex Time Recorder, the fire alarm company. Is who I was working for. They hired me on as a project manager for Disneyland because we retrofitted the whole of fire alarm system at Disneyland, and then built it on the new Disney California Adventure and all the rest of the park. And we'd have an annual meeting with all the project managers from around the United States. Well, where was it? Tampa, Florida. So we're over there. And I mean, it was a beautiful resort. My Clearwater, and we fly into Tampa, and the resort and everything is beautiful. So one day you can either go have the spa and have spa treatments and massage or whatever, or go golfing. So I said, they go, come on, Steve, go golf. I says, no, I says, you crazy? And they goes, come on, it's be nice. I said, listen, I can have all these palm trees. I can have beautiful sunshiny day, and I can have it only at 75 degrees and only 10 to 15% humidity instead of 85 degrees and 85% humidity. So they take off, they come back. My senior project manager, he's a brand new guy, came on. We were sitting out by the pool having refreshing cocktail, misters are going on, and these guys come back. It looked like somebody had turned a fire hose onto them walking back in. They were just drenched. I'm going, well, how was that experience?
Did you see what Newfound Drones put in the chat? He said he was out flying.
Yeah.
And a boat was ripping down the river, and all of a sudden a drone rips past my drone following the boat, scared the poop out of him.
Crazy.
Yeah, that'd wake you up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
See that coming on your screen?
Yeah.
Man, I hope he doesn't. Thank God he didn't take me out. I would have been pissed.
Yeah. Well, that was one thing I've always been good about, like with Sean. We kept on telling everybody, I'm at this position at this altitude. I'm at this position at this altitude.
What I do when I'm out flying with Maddie or whoever I'm with. That's what we do. Like, where are you? Where are you? I mean, because you don't want to like be flying near somebody. Like we had almost a couple crash. Well, we had a couple drones hit one another at the meetup. It was pretty crazy. Like they were clanking stuff. Like, oh shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty.
Well, that's a problem because at the drone meetup, how many drones were in the air at any one time?
Dude, there's probably like 50, 60 something drones in the air at one time.
That's insane.
That's really insane.
Max had his what the hell was that? It was that big huge fucking drone he has. That what the heck was it? I don't know. It's
Billy?
like that big huge one.
Oh, the T-30?
I think that's what it was.
The Matrice?
No, it wasn't the Matrice. It was an older model one.
Wasn't it Inspire?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was, an Inspire. Because
That's big. But the props on the Inspire, they're like that size.
Yeah, they're like about 16, 17 inches.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what he had. It's pretty crazy. And I had my my Mini 2 up, and then started going crazy. I was like, what the heck is going on with this thing? Like it was going this way, crashing into somebody's drone. I was like, oh no, go away. And I was trying to switch out my Mini 2 to my Mavic Air 2, and then everybody came out. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, that's what we would have. That's what I have. I have a Mavic Air 2, and Sean brought the Air 2 also.
Yeah, I mean, that's something, when Rob was on here, that's something we were talking about. Like eventually at some point, I'd like to get another drone. I thought about getting the Mavic 3, and he's like, TJ, you don't really need the Mavic 3. That's more for like professional, whatever. But I do like the camera, and I do like the fact how you can zoom in 10 times more than with the Mavic Air 2. But I mean, it is a cool drone, but yeah, I guess it is. I mean, it's more for like professional use.
Well, what you don't want to do is you want to buy up to your level and maybe a little bit more beyond. But if you don't plan on doing any professional work, whatever, you don't need a professional drone. All you're doing is throwing money away.
Yeah.
So I mean, wouldn't you say the same thing, Steve?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What you may want to look at is, even right now would be the, unfortunately, it's not on sale anymore. It was on sale for Prime, was the Air 2S, because you're getting a 1-inch sensor. So you got a lot more light gathering capability coming in on that drone.
Yeah, because it has those 2 extra sensors on the top of it.
But see, like on the sensors, I really turn them off.
I turn mine off too. I don't fly with collision of sensors.
because it'll
Yeah.
give you more flight time.
And it also, you can get faults, and it, what it does is, what I find personally, and maybe Steve, you feel the same way, is it distracts you from what you're doing. You know,
But
when
what-
it comes up and you get these messages on the screen and stuff, it's like,
How come you turn your sensors off? Like, what if you come close to hitting something or whatever?
well,
Then
if
you're not
paying
you're not in
attention,
line of sight, are you?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I-
well, what?
when I'm flying with my iPad, like I could see where the drone is and I could see where I am. So
Well, where we were flying, like I said, right there. Okay.
yeah, over there.
Then all the way over here is Doheny State Beach. You've heard all the Beach Boys and stuff like that, the glass up at Doheny and everything. That's where that is. So Sean had taken off and flown that direction to get some shots, and then tracking. And then we were tracking boats going in and out of the harbor at the same time. I was doing manual. He was doing both because he was going to make a little tutorial out of his flight, doing manuals and then using the spotlight capability of letting the drone actually track the object. So we were tracking some sailboats, some power boats coming in. There's nothing out there to hit.
Yeah.
The only trees were right above our heads. Other than that, there's right down where my shoulder is, there's a beacon for a buoy there for the breakwater light, and a crane that's over there by where that boat is over here. There's a crane in there in the harbor because they're going to start remodeling our harbor. They're replacing all the slips.
Oh, huh. Yeah, so I think I guess I think my next drone will probably maybe be the Mini 3 or the Air 2S.
Everybody's big on the Mini 3. I've got the Mini 3 and I've flown it a few times, but not as often, simply because my go-to drone is with the smart controller. Is still, the screen is brighter than it is on the smart controller for the Mini 3, and I get out in bright sunlight. And then at nighttime, my Nano is the one I go to because of how good the night capabilities are of the Nano.
You know what I heard? I don't know if you heard about that, Paul, that they're going to stop. They've stopped with the smart controller, manufacturing it, and everything is going to be the RC controller going out with all the drones now. So I'm wondering, say in the next 6 months, say you buy that Mini 3 Pro, you could get an RC controller with it instead of having the smart controller.
Oh, I bought the Pro and I've got that, the RC Pro controller, but it's not as bright as my smart controller. But the question I have, Steve, is they still have the upgraded smart controller for sale. That's like $1,200
yeah.
or something. And it's $12.99. I don't think they're going to discontinue that. Do you?
No, I think they're going to actually go to that.
Yeah.
I saw some rumors floating around. I didn't know if you'd heard anything about that. But that would be kind of a shame. You bought the Mini 3 Pro, and obviously I'm hearing from people that they're having problems with it, the connection problems, the lighting, how bright it is.
Well, I've never had a problem with it, but once you fly with the Pro controller with the brighter screen, it's like it's hard to dial back a little bit,
Yeah.
But it sure is handy. It sure does work well. I haven't had any distance issues or signal loss or whatever with it yet. Cross my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems to be a great little drone. But and I have no experience in it. I see like Michael Philly Drone Life. He's been doing a lot of playing with the Mini 3, but he has the extended life batteries too. And I do not. I just have the Mini 3 with the Flymore with the 3 30-minute batteries, which is should be fine. I mean, I don't need 44 or 45-minute batteries, you know?
Mhm.
What's
You
the
see-
difference between the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro? Is that the Mini 3 Pro just meaning like the Fly More combo?
No, well, no, they've changed it. The interesting part about the minis and the Mini 3s is the Mini 3 is the drone, one battery, and the old gray controller. You
Right.
want to get the Mini 3 Pro, you get the
Oh,
look-alike smart controller.
oh,
If
'cause
you
it has-
want the Fly More kit, which gives you a case and 2 extra batteries and a multi-charger, that's another $189 on the price of the 906. You know, so now you're getting up to $1,200 about.
what is the battery? What do the batteries look like for the Mini 3?
Um,
Are they just
small? They're small.
they're small, but you still get 34 minutes. Let me show you.
yeah, they're not
They
the
s-
same.
They slip in. That's what the really good deal was on Amazon Prime here the last 2 days. They had the Air 2S Fly More combo for $1,040, I think it was.
Yeah, that was a great buy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mini 3 batteries aren't the same as the Mini 2, right?
No,
No,
they're
no,
not
no.
interchangeable.
Bill posted some stuff on there for you to take a look at.
Okay. Let me grab a battery out of here.
Only a Mini 3 Pro. Oh,
There's a Mini 3 drone.
yeah.
Here's the battery for the Mini 3.
Okay. Okay.
And it goes into the back like that, where the Mini 2s had the door and it was much smaller battery. This is a good size battery.
Yeah, that is a pretty good size.
Yep. And I bought extra. I bought this wraparound. You don't get the thing to hold the props and stuff. This was extra. This is from Skyreet.
Oh, gotcha. So
And
that
then I
didn't-
also bought this. This was on Amazon. And what
What
it
is-
does is you fold the legs down like that. It folds up so you put it in a case. But it actually elevates the drone off the ground because if you see, there's no clearance. It sits
yeah.
right on the ground.
No landing gear.
So
Uh,
I bought the landing gear, which straps over, and it really works good.
Do you put that on before you fly it?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it's hard to put on while you're flying.
Yeah.
Get on a ladder.
Yeah, but when I take this off, the prop holder and everything, I take that off, then I put this on in its place.
that-
'Cause it goes on over the top just like that.
So
And
the-
it's got cutouts where your front little legs go right in here to kind of,
Oh, that's cool.
so it centers it, you know how to
the-
put it on and where it's going. And
The prop holder, you had to buy that separately. That didn't come with the drone, obviously.
no, the prop holder didn't. And none of the, you know, what they've done is you know what they also didn't include?
What's that?
They don't include the little brick that you use in order to charge it.
Yeah, you gotta buy the power
Gotta buy all
supply.
that separate.
Oh, that's
So this
stupid.
little thing that goes in the wall, and then they don't give you the cord either. You gotta buy a cord.
I thought
Oh,
I thought they gave you the cord.
Now, I think they give you a little dinky small one.
Yeah, it's only
Like,
what,
yeah,
not that big.
but this one, I bought, this is the high powered one. It's like 60 watts or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, smart
And
move.
it charges that battery like fast.
So like with the Fly More combo for the Mini 3, it doesn't come with the little charging block or whatever. You have to buy all
Nope.
that stuff.
Nope, you gotta buy that stuff on your own, buddy.
Oh, that's stupid.
Chuck, No, but nobody needs landing gear. Just be a man and catch it already.
My Mavic Air 2, like I'll catch it in the air.
And see, I put on the back of every one of my batteries a little Velcro, and I've got the strobes that go on and off.
That way,
Yeah.
like mine at nighttime, you could
Yep,
see it.
yep.
That's cool.
I have mine directly on the top of the battery on my Air 2s and
Yeah.
on my Mavic Pro.
Yeah,
I've got
well,
those-
see, the thing of it is here's the start and stop button right here. This is how you check and see how. your
Yeah, I
battery-
know.
So there isn't really a whole lot of places to put it.
No.
And you can put it on the top, sure you can, but when I'm flying it, I want to be able to see it from the ground. I don't give a crap about the aircraft.
Mhm.
You know, I want to be able to see where it is.
Well, even when I've got to say around dusk here and it being on top, and I look straight because like when I do the sunset flights, I'll just put the drone up 300 feet right straight above my house. And when it gets around dusk and the sun's completely set down and it actually starts getting past, starts going to the twilight mode.
Yep.
Even before that, I've had the sheriff helicopter. I heard it, I saw it coming, and I started to come down, and he diverted. So he obviously must have seen the strobe.
Yep, from the
And-
top. Yep.
But I looked straight up, and I could see the light flashing out of the side of it,
Off the props.
directly underneath it.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's pretty cool, though.
It works great.
And I don't use the case that came with it.
Mhm.
I find this is a DJI Mavic or an Air 2 case,
Yeah.
and it's lighter, it's more compact, and it really works well for me.
Fit in there?
Huh?
The Mini 3 fits in there?
Oh yeah, Mini 3, all the batteries and the controller.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
The,
you're not putting the charging unit in there, the charging unit or anything else. It
no,
comes
I
with
don't
the
put
bigger
that
one.
in
So
there. No.
you've got lots of room in those
I got
bags.
3 batteries. Yep. And see right here is the smart controller right here,
Mhm.
and it goes in at an angle, protects the sticks.
Oh, right.
Well, that's
So it
cool.
goes in like that, so it has this little gap over here where the sticks are.
Oh, okay.
So you leave the sticks on it. You don't even take them off.
I don't.
I don't on mine
like
either.
that stick
E-
on and stick
Even
off.
on the regular case that it comes with,
Yep.
because there's a gap in between on the Mavic Air, and when it comes in, it's got a separator, and the sticks go through this way. I just put the battery stacked on the other side of the divider, and then I drop my strobes and my clip for my pad on that right next to it.
Right.
Yeah, with those hard cases, I take my sticks off and put them in the front of it where they're
Yeah.
stored.
Yes, I did, Sean, and it's working great. Hello, Jody.
Jody.
Their shipping is pretty quick, Sean. So, I mean, it's shipped here to California. I forget where they're at, but I got it within about a week. I know.
Yeah.
He's talking
So
about
anyway.
deeper network, a virtual private network, which you're not using and paying a fee. It's using the actual servers out there, the fiber servers across the world as a connection point.
Yeah, that's true, Chuck. He was talking about he takes his sticks off too. The challenge is not dropping them when you're putting them away or putting them on when you're in the grass or they're gone forever.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to
Well,
lose
that's the same thing with changing SD cards in the field. You're crazy, man. Because I don't know, I've sat here right at the desk, not very often, but every once in a while, you'll push it in and your finger might just move just a little bit and that sucker go boing.
yeah. What?
I was Paul, too funny. I was switching my switching my drones out so I could have I have a low pro case backpack, and I was moving this stuff over. And I go, well, I need a couple of SD cards out of the one case, and I put another. So I set it on the counter. Well, we got a black granite counter. It's black and reflective, like abalone shell, like in it in the counter. I couldn't find that thing for the life of me, man. I'm searching all around and I'm looking. Finally,
Swipe your hand across it.
I looked and finally I must have knocked it and it was across on the floor. And the floor we have is vinyl wood planking floor. So when it was on the black side up, it was sitting right where the black wood grain was on the point.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think Mike's gonna.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, Sean. I think the second one I bought, I received it before they showed it shipped.
Cat scratch fever.
Cat scratch fever. There you go.
Yep.
But you know, you when you decide whatever you're going to buy, TJ, you got to just decide, you know, what is a good enough drone for your purposes. Unless you're going to branch out and all of a sudden start doing commercial work.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy a commercial drone.
This is a conversation I've had with, with multiple people. Like, I really, right now I have my, my recreational license, but, I'd really like to get my Part 107. But see, the thing with me is like, I don't know if I told you before, like I have a hard time retaining a lot of information and just like studying and reading. It's like, man, what am I reading? I can't if somebody quizzes me on.
Well, one of the things you can do, and I did that years ago, because once you buy it, it's yours for life, is I bought the Remote Pilot 101. And so therefore, then you have it. You can go review it, and any changes, they're pretty good about updating it, right, Steve?
Yeah, they are. I have the same thing, and I haven't got my license yet. Let's put it this way. I've gone through and I bought that when it first came out, and Ken Heron had his discount on it.
Yeah, Heron 18. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I bought the plan, and what it is now, because when it was originally, you were studying for a first-time person. Now they have the reoccurring for with Paul. Paul had to renew his certificate. They have a separate other course that's just for renewing it when you have to renew it.
Yep.
And you can redo that now all online.
Yes. Once you get it, TJ, you never have to worry about it again. You always want to keep up to date. But the FAA decided, for serious people flying drones, they don't need to go to the testing center like probably Steve, you and I had to do. You had to go to a testing center. You had to go check yourself in. You had to pay your money. You had to sit down at a computer while the cameras are watching.
You still do for your original one.
Yeah, the original. Yep.
Yeah.
But once you get your original, it's all online, and you can go back and change the answers as much as you want until you pass.
Yeah, like Chuck says, it's impossible to fail because they if you answer it and it's wrong, they give you suggestions of what to look for.
Yeah.
So with the Remote Pilot 101, you don't have to take a test for that?
It's a study course.
The study course. What they do is they go through and they'll give you like you and I are talking now. They'll talk about a section of what you need to know. Then they'll turn around and they'll give you questions to answer. In other words, like what do you think? The questions and answers are very much based on what you'll take on a regular written test. And then they'll review it and tell you, no, this is the reason, this is the answer, and this is the reason these others aren't the answer. Where they try to catch you on your original test is, there's a little bit of okay in a lot of it. There's one answer that is totally off the wall, no way.
Right.
but there's always one, it usually is three answers, right, Steve?
Four.
There's one that could be.
Yeah.
It's four. There's one that could be, another one that may be, and the other one that's the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like two possibly could, one no way, and then there's correct one.
Yeah.
They try to trick you in.
And it's all multiple choice.
No, but I guess the remote pilot 101 is better than the part 107.
No, the 107 is the FAA
Is the test. The
certificate.
remote pilot is a separate entity on its own. It's a guy that started a company to help teach you how to pass the part 107.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's an online class. So there's reading videos and
And you can
questions
go back and
and,
look at it as
and-
often as you want. If you don't get
and
it,
test questions and everything.
it's all
What's
in
the-
chapters.
What's the name of the site? What's the name of this the site or whatever?
Remote Pilot 101.
Oh, .com or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
and use Heron 18 for a discount code.
Aaron 18, I think it still is a discount on there.
Yeah.
You get like
Oh.
25% off.
How much is the thing?
I think it's about $100, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah. It was
What's
less
the
than,
discount?
well, it's like almost 200, but it's like 40% off with the
Yeah.
thing.
With the discount, might be like 119 or 120 or something. Or
Oh, that's
Here,
nice.
I'll bring it up. It's buy now for $149, it says. At least, and let's see what it says here. And I'm gonna pop it up. If it comes up. I wonder if they're working on the.
because first time I started studying for it, it was Chelsea and what's his name that had the online stuff.
Christina, or no, Chelsea and no, what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
What's
I know
his-
photographers.
Yeah, they're photographers. And they did a service really nice, you know. That was free.
Yeah, it's like what? It's almost like a 2-hour video or something like
Yep.
that they did.
Yep. It gave you a basis for what you could expect.
Yeah, Chuck's saying the remote pilot 101 was great for taking the 107 the first time. I used Heron's 18 for the discount, but taking the recursive
Reoccurring.
yeah, I needed nothing, or he needed nothing. It was free. It was on the computer, and it was super easy, and impossible to fail.
Yep, that's right. If you just you take your time, you just don't sign out, because you take the test and it comes back and says, okay, you got this one wrong, this one wrong, this one wrong. And it actually shows you your answer and the right answer. And then you just go back to that and you just change the answers and you pass.
Huh.
Because I think what the FAA has come to the conclusion, it's better to teach everybody the right than it is to penalize them when they get something wrong.
It's normally $149, and if you use Heron 18, it brings it down to $104.30.
Yep.
And it's valid. I just checked it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good to know.
It's a great way to do it.
And like Paul is saying, that's for lifetime.
Yep.
So every time
you
you've got to retake that test every 2 years, you got to, retake the test, you go on and study.
Yep,
And-
you can
and
go,
they're-
you can
and
go
they
through and take the course again, and then you go and do it online.
Yeah.
And
they
the thing of it is that even in the middle of your licensure period, if you have any questions, you can go back and look at it as many times as you want.
Yeah. And if you have a question saying about flying something or reading about flight charts and stuff like that, and you're trying to figure something out,
Yeah.
you can send them an email or call them, and they will
Yep.
talk with you. and answer questions for you live if they can.
Yep.
I know Mel Koch from 400 AGL, he wanted to fly down over here in Long Beach, and it comes up real close against, because of the Camp Pendleton, the military base line.
Yep.
And he wasn't sure because of the airport of the location, whether this was going to be a conflict over it. And they picked up the phone, they answered it, directed him over to one of the people there in their flight school and talked him right through it.
Yep. Especially TJ, if you have a hard time book reading or whatever, they do it on the screen and talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you feel like it's a conversation.
Right. That's good to know. Good to know.
It's all the videos and everything, and it goes through and their presentations, and they're telling you. So when they're telling you, they're showing you, and then you go through, and when you get done with a section, then there's a practice test.
Yep.
And then you practice that one section, and you can
I
keep
think-
practicing it until you get it.
I think the hardest part for me, maybe I think most people, is the sectional maps.
Yeah.
Understanding the sectional maps.
What's
Oh
going
my
on
God!
in
Look
here,
at who
girls?
left the door open.
Oh, Doug.
TJ, man. I had some dinner stuck to my arm. Just made burgers.
Hey, Chuck.
Waste not, want not.
Hi, Chuck. How are you?
Just, dude, just use the Heron 18 coupon. Cough
Yep.
up the 100 and whatever bucks it is. Study your balls off because it's hard. And you're going to have to
Yeah.
memorize. It took me, I studied all winter long. Like on Saturdays, I'd study while Lori was working.
Yeah.
And I took the test in March. I was studying the day of the exam, just making sure I went through all the sections with Jason Shepard's the guy who runs 101.
Yeah.
Boy.
And he's a nice guy.
Super
He's a
nice guy.
Really nice guy.
Yeah. And so you study. You bang it in your head. You just drill it in your head. The sectional charts, like Paul said, are a pain in the ass. That I thought the sectional charts and METARs and TAFs, the weather stuff, was the hardest stuff to grasp because the weather stuff is bizarre. They talk about fog and how it forms and crap, and it's just like, huh? And I'm not like I'm like a science guy, but like fog. Yeah, I have brain fog, I guess. That was hard. Anyway, dude, just seriously, you just study it. He has a test at the end of every section, like Steve and Paul were saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go through each section, and then you're going to go back through it again. You're going to go back through it again. You'll take the final exam. If you don't get 100% on the final exam, go back to the sections that you screwed up on. And then when you go and drive and take the exam, you'll get through it. You only need like what, a 70? I think, guys, was like a 70?
72, isn't it? 72%?
Something like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, so just study. Take it like right the last day you're studying, you take the exam, you have it booked, and you study up to that day.
Yeah.
And then you're good, man. Then you're good. Because then, like Paul was saying, it's like with trust, the trust exam. You can't
Yeah,
fail
it's
that.
like an
Yeah.
open book
Yeah.
test.
That's right.
That's how 107 recursive is now. It's like trust.
Yeah.
You can't fail it. They let you go back. You go back like, oh, I got like 2 wrong. I was pissed off at myself because I got 2 wrong. I wanted 100. So then
I
went
don't
back
believe that.
and I fixed it. No, really, I did really well. It was crazy.
No, I'm saying that you missed 2.
Yeah, I missed 2.
That's I don't believe
Yeah.
that.
Oh no, my memory sucks. Like I was serious when I struggled to memorize that crap because my memory sucks now.
No, I'm saying the trust exam. It was so funny because I know
Oh, the
Jim-
trust exam. Yeah.
Jim Boyd had that on, and they started going. He was going to go through it on his show with everybody taking it, and they were going to take the test live on the show. I was done. Boom, 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 boom. Every question.
You know what?
100%. And I'm going. He's getting caught up. I'm going. And you're part 107.
You know what's funny? I found the hardest part about the trust exam was finding where to take the damn trust exam.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not that
because
easy to
because they
find.
don't make it clear. You go like, oh, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna take the trust exam. Then you have to go to like an authorized site to take it, and you're like, well, which site do I choose? And then like, do they cost money? Is there money involved? And do you remember that when it first came out? It was kind of goofy.
And
Yeah.
then
So-
Original Dobo, Ken Dono, did a video on it and put the
Yeah.
link. And that's another company that puts on and people like that one too. There's another one out there, and I'm drawing a blank right at the moment, but they're the ones that were giving the trust exam besides being a Part 107 study school.
Oh, I think that's the one I used. I can't think of the name of it either. See, because
Pilot Institute.
Yeah.
Pilot Institute.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, so like the trust exam is very much as difficult to fail, which means impossible to fail, as recursive 107. So TJ, if you can get through it the first time, you'll be fine. What sucks though is that if you don't use it, you lose it. So like all that really cool stuff you pounded in your head on METARs and TAFs kind of drift out. The stuff that sticks with you is the stuff you use. So like you're thinking about airspace and stuff, you know, Class B, Bravo, C Charlie, D Delta, all that, Echo Golf, all that crap that sticks with you. But the other,
the other thing too is that they're going to teach you is like wing loading. They're gonna teach you a lot of
weird
things
stuff. Yeah, and 45%. You know.
Yep.
Loading.
It's actually questions that are off the private pilot's exam.
It is. You're actually halfway there to being an actual real
pilot,
like a genuine fly a plane, could die pilot. The real deal. So and the tests on the 107 or the 107 test questions, what are the ones where like they have you talk about landing on a runway and stuff, and it's like, when am I going to land my drone on a runway? And then I'm coming in like, you know, downwind and all this crap. That was the other stuff.
Upwind, yep.
Yeah.
And which way manned aircraft, when you take off, you go to the left. Helicopters, you go to the right. It's like
all that stuff. And it's like, holy crap, really? This matters to a drone? I'm not supposed to be near these guys. Why does it matter? I'm like 5 miles away from them. How am I going to see them? How do I keep left of them? I'm 5 miles to whatever side of them. Anyway, that's the hardest part. And
DJ, I'm putting the link in for the other one. It's the Pilot Institute with the discount code. Theirs is 149. So obviously, Remote Pilot 101 is another almost $50 cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I originally bought the book because I was going to be too cheap to do like Remote Pilot and stuff. But Remote Pilot was so worth the money. You could be anywhere. Yeah. You could be like anywhere with your phone or your computer and just like start studying. Like and
it's a one-time buy. You know.
Well, as long as Jason keeps the thing running, it's a one-time buy.
Yeah.
Remember that. I mean.
Well, remember, Jason has a complete flight school in Florida, and he's not going to be closing up shop.
Well, hopefully not anytime soon. But if something happened to Jason,
he's a young whippersnapper.
Shit happens to people.
He's a young whippersnapper. Yep.
But it's a great way to get you. Actually, I thought I was going to need it for the recursive. Initially, I was, but 2 years after I took it in 2020. Now you don't.
No.
Well, I think that's because of the pandemic that helped make everything a lot easier for everybody.
That was the only good thing about the pandemic.
Yeah, because if the reoccurring, when you had to take it before the pandemic, you had to go back into a flight school in order
I had to go to a testing center for the initial and then the reoccurring.
You're reoccurring.
And then
see that I took the original exam. I had it booked. COVID hit. I had it booked, and I was like, "Oh my god, I hope this works out. I hope it works out." I snuck in right under the wire on the 30th of March, 2020. I got in that testing center within a week. It was done. I was in there all by myself too. Me and the camera and the
monitor was outside. Yeah.
What's this? The proctor, the exam proctor dude. Yeah. And I was sweating bullets, man. I was sweating because like I'm in there and I'm taking the test. I'm like, the first 10 questions are like, where the F did these come from? I didn't see. What is this stuff? And I think they do that on purpose to shake you up.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They shake you up. They come up with stuff that's completely out of the blue, man. It's like, what the F? And you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So you skip that, go back, and then you go through the rest of the stuff, and you kind of you catch your breath, and you're like, okay.
They want to keep you on the edge.
And I was on the edge until I got my score. I'm like, did I pass? I hope.
Well, yeah, the original, when you used to go in the room and take the test and come back, you had to go out to the desk and then they told you what your score was.
Yeah, this guy did it. It was at a desk, but it was in the same room, but across the room or whatever. It was like, but yeah, I had to wait and for the results. And I'm like, God, I hope I pass, because I'm thinking it took me a half hour to get here because it's in Rome, New York. For me, it's like a half hour outside of Syracuse. It's the closest one. So I had to drive a half hour to get there. Then it's gonna be a half hour of being really sad if I failed when I went home. And I'd spent the money on the exam, because the exam wasn't free. It was $100 and something bucks.
Uh-huh.
And all the time we had spent preparing for it, right? I mean, you spent all these weekends studying and studying and studying. So anyway, yeah, just bust your ass for the first one, TJ. And
So when you you pay the $175 and
No, $104. $104.30.
Just remember, Heron 18, Heron 18.
And I spelled it wrong in the chat because my phone, I do voice the chat when I'm talking, and my phone sucks. This phone, I don't know how many times I'll say it, this Pixel 6 Pro is dog shit. Do not buy one.
Do not buy one.
Do not buy a Pixel 6 Pro. I don't care what Ken Dono says about this phone. I will tell you, it is dog shit. Do not buy one. It is not Chuck approved.
Tell us what you really think, Chuck.
This phone is not Chuck approved. If I did not spend $1,000 on this thing, I would drive over it with my truck already. There you go.
No,
Sorry for that public service announcement, but Ken, our Heron 18 is the discount in store.
I'm putting it in the link here for you, TJ.
See, I spell it right because my phone spelled it wrong.
There you go. It's remotepilot101.com. Discount use Heron. HERON 18.
There you go. There you go.
Heron.
Yeah.
HERON 18.
And then once you spend money on it, you're invested. So you're going to use it. You're going to study.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to say, I was just reading the bullet points here. It said that the second one was you're guaranteed to pass the test, or you'll get $175 plus a full refund of 99.8% of our students pass.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are out there. The two that we just posted in there are
I like
the two
Remote
best.
Pilot. Yeah, Remote Pilot 101 is
Yeah.
probably the most popular. But you just got to study hard. That's all.
All right, I'm gonna.
You're young. Your brain's still smushy, squishy, and absorptive.
Yeah.
Unlike my hard, crusty, crispy old brain. So if I can do it, you can do it.
That's right. That's right.
You can do it, man. Just do it.
Just
do it. And
What's Nike? Just do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
As for the Mini 3 Pro, if you have a TJ, do you have an Air 2S?
No, I just have the Mini 2 and the Mavic Air 2.
Okay,
I
you
want to
have
get
Mavic.
the Air 2S. Either the Air 2S.
The Mini 3 Pro is not much different than your Air 2.
Oh no,
It's lighter.
It's just
Lighter.
You know that, right? I mean, the sensor is the same.
Well, the only difference from the Air 2S is just there's 2 extra sensors on the top.
The Air 2S is a bigger sensor, as a 1-inch sensor. Now that's
The
notable.
1-inch,
That's
the Air
better
2S
for
has a
low
bigger
light.
sensor.
The S versus just the Air 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but if you have an Air 2, outside of being the sub 250 class, which is a benefit for some flying stuff, you don't really need the Mavic 3, or sorry, I keep bringing up the Mavic, the Mini 3 Pro. Mini 3 Pro is not really necessary unless you want to be sub 250. Now that if you're going to fly with the camera turned that way for shorts and stuff, then it's,
yeah,
and then it's cool. Or if you
For all your Instagram posts.
yeah, and if you the extra batteries that put you over the 250 gram mark, they let you fly 40 some odd minutes, but now you're over the mark, so now you might as well just keep your Air 2. I don't know, man. It's
Yeah,
up
I
to
mean,
you. It's you.
I was telling Rob, and last time when he was on, he was telling me that I don't really need a Mavic 3.
No,
And that's
well, we
more-
don't actually. You know what? Truth be told, none of us really need any of these newer drones. If you have a drone, you're good. But,
Yeah.
It depends on
it's
what you're
just like
doing.
it's an
What are
addiction.
you
Like,
going
for
to
me,
do with it? If you were doing,
You're doing real estate, you're doing
real estate, you're
surveys.
doing mapping, you're doing
the
progressive shootings, like for construction job sites and stuff like that. Yeah, because most of those places are going to want a 1 inch, 1 inch sensor, and they want to be 20 megapixel for the photos. Because
Yeah,
when
so then
they're
you're
going in order
your
to
Mavic
load
3
them up,
territory.
whether you're using Drone Deployer or different other kinds of software in order to create your mapping software, it's got to be a high level of sensor.
It's got to be serious stuff. If you're gonna go pro, yeah, then you're gonna need like a Mavic 3 or something at least. But
Yeah.
while
Chuck,
Steve
did you
costs
hear?
a for ball.
Chuck, did you hear Dre ordered the M30?
Yeah, but that's an
All right.
enterprise drone. That's for doing
Yeah,
that's for doing
but
mapping and
he's
stuff.
got a business. He could use it,
Yeah, and he's gonna use it for mapping and stuff. I mean,
and he can
flat out
write it
said-
off.
Yeah. Well, I have a business too, but I haven't made use of it yet. But I don't have anything. I have no profits to write off against. So maybe.
Yeah, you have to show income coming in before
That's
you can
it.
take the discount on the back end.
Right.
Something about the IRS. They have this thing called
They don't
audit.
have a sense of humor, do they? No.
No, they really don't. But like, but yeah, I used the Mini 2. TJ, you have a Mini 2. I was flying. It's now Lori. She took it over, by the way. It's officially Lori's drone. But before it was Lori's drone, and we were on vacation, I flew it inside a house to get my interior shots of the VRBO we rented, and it worked really, really awesome because it's super safe and small. And I flew it around the house and got some really nice cinematic shots in there.
Oh.
I used the
Oh,
Pocket
sweet.
2 as well, but between Pocket 2 and Mini 2, I got all the interior shots.
Were you holding it and like doing all the
What, the drone?
No, the Pocket 2 I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, you can watch the video on the weekend when I roll it out. But yeah, it's the Pocket 2 is really cool for just because it's so easy to get really nice shots with it.
Yeah.
The gimbal. It's the gimbal. You get the nice smooth transitions when you move it around and stuff. But the Mini 2, man, I mean, it's so cool to cheat and use a drone inside.
Yeah, you could like fly that thing around like
It's totally like if you had somebody who had a property and you told them you were going to fly a drone inside and you pull that out. This is the one time when small is good. It'd be like, oh, that looks harmless.
that looks harmless.
Yeah, because it is. And I think
Or,
that
or,
they have
the-
prop
or
guards.
now the Mini 3 to fly it in.
Well, now I'll use the Mini 3, but it would be cool to have prop guards on it just for the interior stuff, not just cause, right? I mean, just cause. But
it's called protection. It's called CYA.
because it did wander. The Mini 2 was wandering on me, but I constantly had my eye on it and I could just recover it. It would start to like drift. I'm like, okay, no, over here, Mini 2, over here. Come on. Like a good little doggy. Come on, over here. And then you bring it back over, and then you get it all squared up, and then you do the shot again. But it's totally doable. But yeah, the Mini 3 is gonna be great for that stuff, Steve, for sure. I mean, that camera is really good for such a little drone.
Yeah, for me, it's like, what do I want to get? The only reason for me to buy a new drone, and Paul and I have discussed this a lot, is having adjustable aperture. That's if I'm going to put the money into it.
Oh, I wish the Mini 3 had that, but it doesn't.
Yep.
But now, remember when I went to Scotland, I had a Mini 2 and a Mavic 2 Pro and a smart controller.
Right.
And those were the three things I brought with me. And now I have the Mavic 3, the Mini 3 Pro. It's funny how the Pro switched sides, went from the Mini from the Mavic to the Mini. So now they're both threes. And I have the RC Pro, which doesn't work with the Mini 3 Pro yet, but it's gonna.
I want to see the lights come on at nighttime on the Mavic 3. I just want to see how bright they are.
What, the LEDs?
Yeah.
Are you
Honestly, I
talking
haven't-
about the downward sensing light?
Yeah, like the two
landing lights?
are like beneath it.
You
The
talking about the
landing
landing lights or the strobe lights?
The landing lights. The landing lights.
They're okay. I've had them come on at dusk.
I know.
Like, Civil
I know my
Twilight.
Air 2S. They're bright. It's bright.
Yeah. I mean, you won't miss them.
Because
No.
the landing lights are literally like side by side on each other on the Mavic 3, right?
Well, they were on the Mavic 2 Pro as well. They
No,
were.
you're TJ. Those are not landing lights. Those are sensors.
Well, you
up
have
on
sensors
top.
as well on top. Yeah.
No,
Something
there's
about the
two,
LEDs. Do I
there's
have
two
mine?
lights.
No,
there's
downstairs.
two lights on the bottom of them.
Those are sensors.
Those are sensors.
They have one landing light in the
One
middle
landing
of the
light,
bottom.
2 sensors.
Do you have your
I don't have mine now. Maybe it is only one light. Shit, it is only one LED, isn't it?
It's only one on the, it's just like the
That's
Air
right.
2.
Crap, it is.
Mavic 3? Paul, you've got the Mavic 3, right?
Yep.
Or the
That's
you have
not
the
it, though. That's
Just a minute, I gotta take my Sky Re thing off.
you don't need that thing, you know.
no. I'm talking about the lights on.
You
the-
don't need the belly wrappy thing anymore. It's don't need it.
Well, you do if you're putting it in a case.
You
But
don't need
anyway.
it.
It saves the blades.
I
Okay.
was picking on you.
Right
already,
here,
but
right
I'll
here,
let
you're
it go.
talking about these. These are sensors.
Right, but I'm talking
And
about
there's no landing light on
All
there.
right,
Not,
I'll be right
not on
back.
the 3, no.
the
I'll be right back.
Mavic 3, not the Mini 3. Mavic 3 is what I'm
Oh, the
talking about.
Mavic 3, yeah, just like the Air 2S has it.
Air 2S and the Air 2.
Yeah,
You have an Air 2, right?
right. Yeah, but
Well, it's
like,
you've got your landing light on. That's going to be the same thing.
but I think they might be just a little bit bigger on the Mavic 3.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's
they're
pretty
using the
much-
same one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I recall correctly.
It's bright.
Okay, there's there's
Two LEDs. I was right.
LEDs right there, right?
That's
yeah.
a Mavic 3.
yep.
So the top of the picture is the two infrared down sensors,
Yep.
2 cameras, and 2 LEDs for landing.
Yeah, that's what I want to see those things light up at nighttime.
They're as bright as they're just the same LEDs, just in a different body. This is the drone that I wanted to drive over with my truck when it came out, and now
Now you're happy.
Now
with it.
you're glad you didn't.
yeah, this
Why-
thing's
why'd
I
you wanna-
finally got it dialed in today, for that matter, where it actually flies as good as the Mavic 2 Pro. So yeah, I'm good. And this ridiculous sensor on the front, man, it's the only reason it didn't get driven over by my truck is because of that camera.
Now,
So
how
that's
come
what
you-
saved its ass
Your-
from certain
with your
death.
truck, my question: how come you wanted to drive over it with your truck?
Because it flew like shit. It flew like dog shit. This thing was bad.
Well,
This thing,
the first thing it was is you started it up
and you
then
waited.
You might as well go cook breakfast or wait to brew for
Yeah,
a
it
whole
was
pot of
10
coffee.
minutes.
In order
10
to
minutes.
get satellites.
I could get Chinese takeout faster than this thing would have 10 or 12 satellites. You know, you call the Chinese place, and they how long? A 10-minute. Yeah, that's how long it takes. 10 minutes to get 12 satellites. Then anyway, now it's good. So they fixed that. And as far as Paul saying you need blades, I like this little case for the Mini 3 Pro myself, where you just pop it in here and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
it separates everything. It's got the little divider up top and in the bottom too. So the blades don't get beat up. Even though they flop around, you take it out, you just lay it down in there, line everything up. It's all molded. But
You know, that was interesting yesterday. Sean Oz stopped by. We went flying. We went out to lunch and we
Nice.
went flying down at the harbor. He's flying with his Android phone. I'm flying with my iPad Mini 5.
yeah,
And he ended up with sensors faster than identical. We were both running the Air 2. He ended up with sensors probably about to get 11 satellites. He was probably ahead of me by almost 15, 20 seconds. No, more than that, 30 seconds.
well, this
Quicker.
thing, the Mavic 3 will take up to about 2 minutes. Worst case, it'll take like 2 minutes. But you know what? The Mini 3 Pro is very similar. It can take just as long to get
Mhm.
satellites in the, because I've noticed sometimes it connects quickly, like the Mavic 3, you know, say 30 seconds, sometimes 2 minutes. So it's very similar. I don't think it's not, you know what I mean? It's like it's the change in their access to the GLONASS
Mhm.
satellites. That's what's changed everything. We knew this the whole time, though. Nobody wanted to think about it or admit it, but that's what's
Yeah.
going on. But I'm shaking the box that has the Mini 3 Pro in it, Paul.
Yeah.
You stepped away. Mine just sits in this little thing right here
Oh, yeah.
because I'm a backpack guy. So you have your method, and mine is
Well,
to have everything
you know,
accessible.
I fly
in a-
right out of
in
the
a
back of
camera
my
bag.
Tahoe. Everything goes out with me. I lay it in the back of the Tahoe I've got carpeted back there,
Yeah,
and I just
Y-
open up
yep.
the back and pick whichever one I'm gonna fly, you know?
you're lucky. But when I'm traveling by air someplace like, maybe Alaska in a month.
Oh, you got baggage and everything else,
And
yeah?
I've got to get everything so that I can carry it on my person and have it accessible. So it's a different attack plan.
Sure.
But you got to do what works for you. And there are different things that work.
Yeah.
And this thing wasn't, the front cover. I don't use the Darth Vader thing. I hate it. So I use this thing because this thing just find it easier.
Yeah.
The Darth Vader thing.
Yeah, the freaking, like Silence of the Lambs thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or
Yeah.
the
That's a pain in the ass. And then I have access by not using it. I have access to the stuff in the back. I can get to my SD card and fling it across the lawn like Paul was talking about. And, Paul, I've had that happen. I think we all have, where you push in the SD card and you don't quite get it because bink.
That's what I need. That's what I need to invent, an SD card finder. Instead of a metal detector, it's going to be an XD card detector.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of spray painting my control sticks like fluorescent yellow or orange so I could find them when they went. Because if you drop those things, you're screwed.
That's why I don't take them off.
Well, I know that's why you guys don't take them off. I get that. But I mean, like, I don't like to put the tension on the controller because my sticks, they're going in a backpack, so they're gonna be fumbling around.
Hold on,
I
I'll
used
show
to
you.
have the cover.
I'll show you this. Hold on a second.
I used to have a little cover thing that worked really well on the old Mavic Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro controllers, but those became
that smart
cool.
controller still got the two little spaces where you put your sticks, right?
No, they're great. Yeah, and the RC Pro has them, and even the Mini 3 Pro's new RC with the screen has a storage spot for the sticks.
Okay,
But
I'm back.
the problem is when you're old and clumsy, it doesn't take much they flip out of your hands, and then if you don't catch them, they're in the lawn and they're gone. I mean, they're gunmetal gray. They're gone. And are they
Hopefully
magnetic?
this will show. I don't know.
No, hold it closer to you. Closer to you. I think. No, don't lean back. Hold it close. There you go. There it is.
See how it fits in there?
Wow, it's got like its Klingon cloaking devices on and off. Low Pro. That's a nice bag.
That is Low Pro 250. So it's slotted, so it protects the thumbs.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this, when I originally got this, was was for my Mavic Pro. I had it in here. When Kelly Shore, he had done a review on this years back. And that was the first time I ever actually talked with him and got a hold of him. And I asked him, well, how is it really? I emailed him. So he says, let me give you a call. So he calls me up and he says, man, I'll tell you what, I've been taking that thing everywhere. I just took it on vacation. In fact, I bailed it out and I've taken it to carry my stuff to and from work.
I ended up buying the one that Aldrin was pushing, the One Mo from.
Yeah, I've got that for my camera equipment.
That bag works great because I can put my DJI FPV in it, the goggles, the controller, the 2 batteries, a Mavic 3 Pro, couple of batteries, extra props, RC Pro, blah, 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 blah. It can all be in that bag, plus even like a Pocket 2 and some other stuff. And that bag's awesome.
I use that for nothing but for my camera equipment. And I have one slot where I can throw a remote and the drone in there, but I have it because I have 2 camera bodies in there. Plus I've got a 100 to 400 Canon zoom in there, plus the regular lenses that I have.
If I don't bring the FPV drone with me, which takes up way too much space, then I could carry, like you said, the A6600 could be in there. A much better camera than the FPV drone, but the FPV drone is just so much damn fun to fly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. And I don't even fly it in full manual, just sport mode. And the thing's a riot.
Just get up and go.
Hello, Dave.
Yep. I actually flew through the swing set the other day, but like I said, I didn't film it, but I'll have to go back. Chris would be proud. Chris of Sunrise Water Media would be so proud to know I did the swing set FPV and I have no proof.
You had your courage meter floating away.
It was pegged. It was pegged. And Lori was on the swings right next to me. And I went right through fire. It was awesome. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be great. I get home. Yeah, I didn't record any of it.
That was so funny because when Sean was here yesterday and I talked to him and says, what was that about you crashing your Mini 2? I said, you tried to back it in and then you try to fly back out the inside of the old mine shaft building and then you hit it. And he goes, don't even go there. He says, that was
Yeah.
the dumbest thing I've done. He says, at least
Yeah,
it fell
it's
down
usually-
and nothing happened.
It's usually stupid. It really is. I mean, it's not like we all know better, but then you're like the courage meter. That's the most genius sticker ever. Really. Chris, kudos to Chris. But yeah, I need to do it again though. Cause like I definitely I need to do that. But that place got busy. I was just gonna put another battery in and do it again. And it got busy. All the kids showed up with their parents and stuff. It was like getting to be evening on Sunday, and all of a sudden it got popular. And I was like, well, guess my flight time is over.
Mhm.
We had it to ourselves for a while for one battery, which is like 10 minutes. See, that's 10 minutes. FPV drone battery, 10 minute.
10 minutes.
10 minute. Then Dunsky.
Yeah.
What's Dave doing? DH Trains? He's back. So TJ, you were right. See, you were right about.
Yeah, see, I told you. I knew I was right.
TJ's been a bachelor all week. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going crazy.
His wife's been away for a week, so she usually takes him for walks and make
Well,
sure
maybe
he
you ought to
makes sure
order
he has
one of these.
water in his water
Well,
dish.
she's not around to guard the credit card. Order a Mavic 3.
I know, right?
Mavic 3.
Good day, Matt. How are you, sir?
I think my head would be in a guillotine if I did that.
Lori,
Hey,
just,
Matt's here.
Lori just rolls her eyes. She's like, "Did you get another drone?" Yeah.
How's it going, Matt?
Why? Because I wanted it. Oh.
Off with your head.
No, she's okay with it. Well, now she's flying the Mini too. She's digging it. So we'll probably both be buying the new drone. It'd be bad.
Well, you're gonna buy the new race drone coming out maybe sometime in September.
Is it pushed out that far?
I heard.
That's too bad.
Dre, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
Serious in his shirt and tie. Pen
Yeah,
in his pocket.
Dre, the man.
How's
How's
that
business?
that Matrice 30 working for you?
I won't know until next week when it shows up.
Oh,
It's on a slow boat. It's on a slow boat from China.
Isn't everything?
No, it actually coming out of Florida. So they put it in the mailbox. I say FedEx is taking it. So I always
They
have
send all that stuff ground because of the batteries. I think.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
batteries.
right. So like I said, it's gonna chug along Interstate 10 till it gets out to California.
Yeah, my Mini 3 Pro took I think 5 days
Wow.
from
Huh.
Florida. From Florida to
Florida
New York.
to New York, 5
Yes,
days.
sir. Yeah, about 5 days.
Man, that's
I think
quite,
it was. I
quite
think
the
that's what it
journey.
was. Because it shipped on like a Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
29th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Remember that sport? Yeah. Yeah, it was, yep, 5 business days.
Who did you order it from?
Drone
Drone
nerds and drone nerds.
No,
in
I
Florida.
ordered from
Yeah, sorry.
DroneWorks.
DroneWorks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dono
Zach-
works.
Yeah, Zach took care of me last time when I had to replace
Yeah, I remember.
my Mavic Pro. I
Yeah.
finally decided to get rid of that, and he gave me a good deal on a slightly used Mavic 2 Pro. So yeah, I returned the favor and gave him a little more business.
That was probably Ken Dono tested. It's probably a test mule. Get a few grades of grass stuck in places, but other than that, perfect.
Yeah.
You took it out in the swamps out back chasing
There
alligators.
you go, alligator chasing the break.
You'll have a few marks on the top and the bottom, but don't mind those.
Yeah, it's fine.
flaws.
Yeah, everything's fine.
He does get some cool shots because that guy takes the drone to some pretty cool places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. I can't complain. So yeah, we'll have to wait till next Wednesday. It's supposed to show up. And then I'm supposed to fly next Friday, so I may take that out. I'm not sure. I just want to take my time.
Dre, I was saying I finally figured it out, man. I hadn't adjusted the yaw settings and fly for this thing. That's why it was yawn so nasty for me, even with the EXP dialed down.
Oh,
Yeah, it was stupid me. Once I dialed that in, it's butter. Now it's butter.
Okay, okay. Well, glad you figured it out. And that's why I was just saying I don't want to take this out too fast and fly. I want to learn that controller inside out. you know,
Yeah.
and,
But I'm not good at reading manuals and learning that way. I have to kind of like just take my time to a safe place and just play around.
yeah.
Well, it'll take him a week just to charge up all the batteries, controllers, firmware updates,
Probably.
and everything for
Yeah.
Dre.
Oh, I got to try this thing out. I got the car charger that's 65 watts for, well, it's for the Mavic 3, but you know, it's going to work. It has just a regular USB-C and USB-A port on top. So
Right.
that means it'll work, you know, with anything.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
this-
but there's only one problem.
what's the problem?
The fuse rating is only at 20.
Well, what's the problem with that? That's pretty big.
You'll be
So
popping the
popping the
fuse,
fuse in the
plugging it
car.
in, charging.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Oh, you
might
mean in the
drain- you might-
vehicle?
Yeah, the vehicle. You might drain the battery.
Let's give it a whirl. I know where the
Yeah,
fuse-
just make sure. Like I know all the new vehicles now. I know my wife's on the 2001 on her Honda.
Mhm.
The cigarette lighter doesn't work unless
Oh,
it's running.
well, that's true. That's true with my Colorado, but you're right, because it's not really a full-on cigarette lighter port anymore. It doesn't need that high ampacity that they used to need. They're probably
Yeah.
everything's, you go, oh crap. Well, this
Yeah.
could be a short flight. Price
That
was
is-
right. It was free. This was free.
Oh, okay, good.
DJI gave it to me because I gave them information when they were trying to sort out the GPS on this thing. So
I like REE. When it's free, it's for me.
it was like a little thank you from DJI.
That
So,
goes along with his famous saying, "Can I have that?"
can I have that? Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I need to get myself a shower and kind of get freshened up for a little bit before I go to bed.
You're freshened up for us.
Freshened
Oh,
up.
I thought you get freshened up
Yeah.
for the
so thoughtful.
Ken
of you.
Heron show or something. You get all gussied
Right.
up.
Whatever, the dust floating around.
He is. He's going to be on Ken Heron later. He's got to get all gussied up. You
Yeah.
guys didn't know? You didn't know he's going to be on there? Oh,
It's supposed to be. It's a
that ain't-
rerun. It's a rerun.
The rerun, yeah.
Yeah.
No
All
kidding.
right.
Where's
What is
Ken?
it?
He's traveling, isn't he?
Evening.
Okay, hey,
Later, TJ.
TJ, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
Go work on
Anytime.
your 107, man. Get showered up and
That's
study.
it.
Definitely. Y'all have a
There you
good
go.
evening. See
You
ya.
too.
All right, partner.
Later, bro.
Later.
What's the
Well-
Aussie alert? And what's Justin doing in the chat but not in here? Is he not? Come on, man.
Well, he was on here earlier when I was at work.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, so he's been in for a while. Probably
All
tried to
right.
pop
I missed
out.
it. I was.
He's probably having some birthday cake with his son.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it his
he
kid's
is.
birthday?
Something going on, yep.
Yeah, Justin Jr.'s birthday today.
Just mini Justin.
Yeah.
He ain't many.
No.
He's
nap-
14 or 15, isn't he?
No, he turned 13, but he's a
13.
good sized kid. He's napping at Pops' heels there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Uh-oh. Got some stuff to knock out. Look at that. Getting deleted by Nightbots, knocking stuff out left and right.
Yeah.
Had a little bot attack.
hmm Oh, Justin enjoying his fancy cameras. Yeah.
That's right,
That's-
man.
I'm working on this too, trying to get to now. They got my new computer up. These things are running a little smoother.
Looks like you're wearing safety glasses.
I like that. These are what's the company? Around the tip of my tongue. The
Matthew.
cycling glasses. Basically, all the officers wear them. I used to have when I was a police officer. Oakley's. They're Oakley frames and stuff. So that's why I get that design from. Is an Oakley frame. And I've always liked them, the wraparound type. And it is the glass is thick enough as for safety glass also.
Ooh.
Like I found out this year, and I
Power
should
unit.
remember from the last that I had, I can't play golf wearing glasses. That little bit of depth perception throws my swing off. Big time.
What was with the charging unit there?
That's what I use. I use either this one. The first one was the Energen Max 360, and that has all the cables from the Mavic Pro, the Phantom, the Air, and all the cables, so you could charge the batteries right straight out of it or the plug. And then
Right.
this is the other one that I use. This thing's a bit bigger. It's 500 watts.
You can't carry that on an aircraft though. It's too big.
No.
But it's super cool for like rolling around if you're doing jobs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was gonna say, what's the actual size of that, Steve?
It's not that big. It's,
Looking at the size of the USB ports, you can kind of get a feel for how big the thing is.
yeah, it's
overall.
not that big.
And the
It's
duplex outlets on it.
probably about.
I was gonna guess about a foot.
Yeah,
maybe 14
no,
inches.
no, it's not even a foot.
No, not that. Well, I mean, how can you tell? You can't tell without. That means
Yeah.
nothing on a computer screen or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt.
That's what she said.
Oh,
There you go,
joy.
fellas.
That's Matt.
Hey,
Matt.
Matt's here.
That's it, mate. You might learn something now, Dre. What do you want to know, mate?
Learn something. You're a little late on that, brother.
Cocky Aussie ass.
You're way late on that.
Hi, Matt.
You know, if I actually needed some help with
I
my
love you,
computer
Matt.
build, I might have called you, but I got it under
Sorry, I missed that.
control.
I missed that, Dre. What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, I said if I needed your help, I might have asked for it when I was redoing my computer, but I managed without you.
Yep. See, there you go. Matt's still stubborn. You won't get a Mavic 3. He's riding the Mavic 2 Pro.
Hey, I still hold mine. Mine still
I
does a great
actually,
job.
I shouldn't say much. I still have 2 of those myself. I need to get rid of one, but I'm keeping one for posterity because it is a pretty kick-ass drone.
Which one?
The Mavic 2 Pro.
Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah.
My thing is, I mean,
Look.
you put a ND filter on that thing, especially a polarized one out here in California, and it just sparkles. It shines.
Nice camera. It's nice. It's got a nice softness to
There's
it.
nothing
too.
wrong with the 2 Pro, you know.
I know that.
Well, it surprised me a couple of weeks ago. Really did. I didn't expect what it did, and I really went past where I normally do with the camera, and it is perfect in low light in the city that I did. It was stunning. I couldn't believe it. Blew me away. So I won't be moving anywhere for quite some time until the Pro decides to fly by itself. And to be quite honest, I'd probably buy another one if anything happened to that one.
You want to buy a spare?
Well, if something happened to it, because
Why
for
wait?
me,
I'll sell you a
aperture's
spare
really
right now.
important.
Let's work a
when
deal.
it-
I'll send a spare down. I'll send a spare down under.
yeah, that's $600 freight.
Did you see what the camera goes for all by itself? I might sell it in pieces now. Did you see what the camera goes for like $1,000 in places by itself? I know it's like a $400 or $500 camera.
That's
the camera on
incredible,
this
isn't it?
thing is $1,000 by itself, no matter where you go. If you bust off your Mavic 3 camera
Mhm.
and you got to buy it out of pocket, it's a G.
Yeah, I just watching
Yeah.
one of the
do
DJI forums, and the guy had to replace his camera on the Enterprise Advance, $2,400 just to
Yeah.
replace the camera.
Shit.
Just to replace
Yeah.
the camera.
Well, I think I told you guys that my original Mavic 2 Pro, the camera had something goofy with it internally in the sensor,
Mhm.
and I didn't do anything about it in the warranty period. So then I finally got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore. In certain light, I get a really nasty smudgy flare. It wasn't a pretty flare; it was a smudge.
Oh.
There's something on the sensor or whatever. So I bought another camera for it, 400 and whatever bucks it was. Changed it out, and I sold the other one. I revealed what was up with the one. I showed videos of it when it was screwing up and when it wasn't. Made it completely reveal everything, and I think I got $300 for it.
Hmm.
So I was like,
Okay.
okay, $100 mistake. I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
it had a. I was so scared when I bought this thing. I made sure I looked at this thing like with a fine tooth comb. It was okay.
Yeah, well, didn't somebody said theirs was no? It was a gimbal tilt at first. That's what it was.
I had the gimbal tilt as well.
Oh, you had that
was-
too? Oh,
yeah, it was really frustrating, and it went away with the first big firmware took care of
Mhm.
that, and then brought the really slow satellite acquisition. It was just it was really it was a struggle with this Mavic 3 at first. And I was the only I don't know. I mean, I bitched about it on here, and everybody said I was being a jerk and I was broken and stuff, but no, I was right.
Yeah, you got it
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, I was just watching the video the other day. I gotta get my advance out, and I guess there's a big firmware update on that because I haven't flown it since December. But I guess at first it didn't. When you zoomed in and took a picture, it gave you the regular size. But now it's supposed to be able to take what you see.
Which
Just
which drone? Which
The
drone?
Enterprise Advance.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
realize
guess
they had.
they had a
update.
firmware update, I guess in March or April, and I haven't flown mine since December. And but I understand what the guy was saying that now whatever you zoom into, just like with the Air 2S, that is the picture you're going to get,
Okay.
and that's even in thermal. And I said that's awesome. So you can be backed off and still get an up close shot. So that's going to be a big game changer. Just like the M30T, same thing. Whatever you zoom into, that's what you shoot.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, what you see is what you get.
WYSIWYG.
Yep.
Remember that? WYSIWYG
I,
was
yep.
in,
I guess I remember that.
yeah, WYSIWYG.
That was
That was
the
in,
about the mid '90s. All your
Yeah,
little
late
graphic programs they had back then. What you see, your interface is what you see is what you get.
Yep, that was it.
Yep, that was definitely
Oh
it.
man, I'm old now. I dated myself.
So, Mr. Matt, what did you scoop up on Amazon Prime Day? Since you're a day ahead,
Yeah, what'd you get?
he's not
Is
even
he
listening.
frozen?
No,
He's
he's,
2 days behind now.
Because it froze?
I don't know if he can hear us
Froze.
or not. He's trying
He
to
looks
back
frozen.
up or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he just froze now.
Sees up. It's those damn sunspots again.
Well,
Blame it on the
gentlemen, I got to
sunspot.
back out of here.
Okay, Steve.
Paul,
we're gonna,
thank you very much.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Dre?
closing it up here pretty
Yeah.
soon too.
Yeah, Dre,
Yeah.
Justin, if you're
Dre,
still
thanks
listening in the
for coming in.
background,
Chuck,
Chuck, Matt.
hey Matt,
See you, Steve.
we're gonna be saying bye, Matt.
Righto,
He's
mate.
just, he's just
Okay.
driving. having a
Hey,
good old
thanks for
time.
coming in,
Chuck.
Matt. Chuck, Steve, and Dre.
Yep.
Thanks again.